Yo, welcome to Crate 808. How are you guys all doing out there? This is our second part of the rap summary of 2022 so far. We did our top 5 albums in the last episode. Please go check that out. And we had Raymond Ridge with us for that. For some reason, he's not here today. He has somehow either sleeping in, he has got the wrong time, but Raymond Ridge isn't here to back all his picks that maybe, you had a bit of reaction to on the socials after we dropped them. But we're also going to today go into honourable mentions, bangers of the year, verse of the year, MVP, best album artwork, all that stuff we're going to get into. But right now, it is me, Cam Thandy, and I am joined by my friend, James Midwinter, the new key rap nerd. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. It's a bit weird being on a pod with just you and not Ray. That like seething energy of anger at my existence not being there. It's weird.
It's nice, mate. It's a nice little, you'll find it's a good comfort zone, mate. As I called it a while back, womb comfort. That's the kind of feeling you have when Ray's not around.
Yeah.
Energy. Unless you agree with Ray, and then it becomes really nice as well, as you saw from the little moments in the last episode.
Yeah, we're so happy whenever we agree. When Ray likes something that we like, we're like, oh, he likes it. We're so happy. He's like conditioned us. He's like that abusive husband who, when he's happy, everyone's like, oh, we're so happy. He's happy. Yeah. And the rest of the time, we're just shitting ourselves.
Oh, the tenant super didn't turn tonight for Ray. That's the thing. It's when the tenant super turns. It's, oh no, gutted. He's in one of them moods. Jack Patullo, Cities of E vinyl on Friday. Jack, I saw that. I did see the label and they hit me up. Actually, thank you everyone for all the responses to our albums of the year. We had some responses that weren't that positive, but we also had loads of responses that were. And do you know what the really nice thing was, mate? And I think you'll find this as well, James. I shared it with you. Is that the actual artists really obviously they were picked in the top 5.
I mean, Kendrick and Pusha, the messages they sent us about that pod, they were so happy.
But a few things cleared up from that. Televangel, big up yourself, man. It's Televangel or Televangel. He is fine with either pronunciation.
Flexible.
He actually clicked. Yo, quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be kept up to date with all that we're doing. And also, man, get involved in the YouTube comments. Man, we love hearing from you fellow hip-hop heads. We love nerding out. So bring those takes and just bring that flavour, man, and we might even shout you out on the show. So yes, appreciate all the support. Now, back to the episode. He actually clipped your little part of the show and put it on his socials because he enjoyed it that much. So thank you for listening there, mate. I appreciate it.
Did he really?
And
say that again.
He did.
He clipped what I said and put it on what? On his
on socials. I shared it on our socials.
I didn't see it.
Did you not get? No, it was. So there you go. I mean, look what that means.
Did you clip it?
Means to James.
Yeah, that means a lot.
I love that. I love the fact that James really felt that. You can feel that, actually. You don't get that when Ray's here, you see. This is a different energy today. It's a different energy podcast.
Yeah, I know.
We're probably going to get 10 more subscribers now. And then Ray's just not allowed on the pod anymore.
Because we worked out that when I missed pods, you got 100 more listens on them.
Yeah, I know.
Which are the 100 people who fucking hate me.
And you worked so hard on the thumbnails as well, James. That's the thing, Jumbo. You worked really hard on those thumbnails. This is all the under the hood work that people don't know that we actually do go out and do. Yeah. Your best work has been putting any alien content next to 90s rap classics. So please do scour our Instagram for those, because I enjoyed Sigourney Weaver holding Doggy Style. And it was just like,
that was seminal work. That was
seminal work. Yeah, that's what you're going to be known for, mate. Osman Iqbal, yo, or should I say yo. That's 6. We've got to stop. Let's get back to the norm and, branding. Do you know what I mean? Cohesiveness.
How many can you get in?
Before it sounds odd. Yeah, certainly. But yes, no. So thank you everyone who checked out the last albums. And please, even if you don't agree with ours, let us know. You know what the main takeaway was? That we didn't give Kendrick or Pusha enough love, I feel. Although you had both in your 5, I had Kendrick in my 5. If you actually, maybe they were going off just the designs we were putting up and all the stills and our lists on socials. But if you listen to the episodes, you'll find that we do love those albums and get Pusha's
really
albums top 10.
Were they annoyed?
No, not really bad. But I think people were like, those albums are trash. It's like, I don't call it trash, man. It's like someone's work. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, end of the day.
Is it because you put Kendrick at 5, right? Didn't you?
I did, and that's just mainly because I listened, and I'm getting more from the other records. Yeah, exactly. But what we're going to do today is get into all that other good shit. So we're not going to be weighed down by this is better than that. Well, we actually are, aren't we? But we are going to get more of like a feel about our roundedness of hip hop 2022. Today, we're going to get into some categories today. But before we do, James, at least hip hop thing you did in the last 24 hours, mate. What have you got, mate?
Oh, well, I've got two because you gave me a brilliant one. Cam was asking me what I was doing. I was like, I'm just eating quickly. I've just got to go get a vegan Kiev from upstairs to eat. Oh shit, that's still up there. Fuck, I've left it up there. I've got to go get it.
Go get the vegan Kiev.
That was my least hip hop thing. Back in a sec.
Is it more hip hop if the vegan Kiev is on fire? That's the thing. If he now comes down and he's got like a burnt vegan Kiev, a burnt vegan Kiev though is a great album title. This is what I should just do. I should just riff, monologue, and do my own shit. And look what I'm coming up with. Great album titles for someone like Pan Amsterdam to go with. That's a perfect... And we're going to talk about Pan Amsterdam later as well. But yes, here we go. James is back. James, is your vegan Kiev okay?
It was fine. You know what?
A sentence I never thought I'd say.
I just can imagine there's some executives at the BBC going, we were thinking of Cam for the next, 2 o'clock at night show, but about hip hop, we decided not to because of the fucking clowns he worked with. Look at that bloke off to go get a fucking vegan Kiev. It's dragging him down. Get rid of them. Get rid of the dead weight, Cam. Fucking hell.
Well, you know what I'm going to do, mate? I'm going to look at the analytics, and if there's a spike in like listens at that moment where you go and it's just me monologuing there, then maybe that's it. But yeah, I actually did my first monologue episode the other day for the Patreon. So people who do sub to the highest tier, big up yourselves anyway. But yeah, the Ghostface Killer series that we do is the highest tier. So it's Midas the Beast came on and did 12 Reasons to Die. It's one of the best Ghostface chats I've ever had generally. He's so good. He picked out so many amazing lyrics I'd never cottoned onto. But going back to that, I really, really like Big Doe Rehab. No one was around to do the review, so I just did a monologue of like 20 minutes of me talking about Big Doe Rehab. If anyone wants that in their life.
That sounds brilliant for the listeners because they get to experience what it's like for me and Ray to be on a pod with you.
Which is just straight 20-minute monologues. It's right. It's true. I can't even come back to that. It's so true. Let's see what people are saying before we go into my least hip hop thing. Osman Iqbal, what Cam meant is we're not going to be weighed down by Ray. Oh, mate, the Ray Ridge weight. Free music again. But big yourself up. Thank you for joining in. Ninja Rose, yo. Just the yo. That's good. I like that. Yo. Welcome to the creator. Ninja Rose, you got something there. I like the simplicity of just yo. Steve Piper, who's going to carry the Ray Ridge weight? That's true. Both of us, I think we're going to have to carry the weight. I like that reference, though. Yeah, I'm always here for these kind of references. Yo. Us here at the Crate 808 podcast have kicked off our Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you can go and for a small donation, you can help support us make more hip-hop content for you. Go on to patreon.com/Crate808 and you can check out all the little payment options you've got there. You can check out the 2 new episodes you'll be getting every month, live chats with us guys, just to rap nerd out with you guys. We're going to go into some wide-ranging episodes, delving into the work of the Wu-Tang Clan, MF Doom, and Jay Dilla. So get it locked if you want that new granular look at hip-hop. So go to our payment tiers on Patreon. Big up yourselves. If you choose to support us, thank you so much. I will give you a personalised shout out on the show, and we shall catch you in one of these live rooms, and let's get this community going. So spread the word. Much love for your time, and peace out. Boom. The least hip-hop thing for me, my kid had an assembly where he was dressed up as Spider-Man. It was the cutest thing ever, and that was very least hip-hop, like almost crying at a kid's assembly. Aww. That's almost least hip-hop. Other than that, I'm reading a book at the moment that's not hip-hop at all. It is... it's actually a really good book. The Greatest Movie Year Ever by, I think it's Brett Rafferty or Brian Rafferty. And it's about 1999 and why that is the best year for film. I've just got into the chapter on Office Space.
What else came out in 99?
Well, I've just got into the chapter about Office Space.
Oh,
so Office Space, Matrix, what else they got in there? Blair Witch Project, Election, Alexander Payne. Big up, man. He's so slept on, Alexander Payne. I love Election. I love Alexander Payne. So middle class and white. He's really aching. Oh, it's George Clooney problems in Hawaii. But it's kind of like talking of problems in Hawaii, guess who's here? Raymond Ridge.
Oh my God, he's here.
Raymond Ridge's
play his music.
Raymond Ridge's new album, Problems in Hawaii.
COVID's fucked his eyesight.
Ray, he's got glasses on. He's become me. Well, guys, I hope you all enjoyed that first 13 minutes of the podcast. That was really nicely, people getting on. Everything was really nice. People just kind of, this is nice energy.
Just pure kindness.
Yeah, there was pure kindness for 13 minutes. Raymond Ridge is on now. And get this, not only is he going to be tired, he's going to be fucked off that he got the wrong time. And
no, I got the right time. I never fucking agreed to.
See?
You know what? It's fine.
That's your alarm. And that's he's actually up before his alarm.
No, that's my alarm going off. Right. What being awake was you fucking calling 20 minutes sooner than I was going to wake up.
The energy already, the dark energy. The weight.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, yeah. So, Ray's here. Ray, feel free to set yourself up, mate. Don't worry. I'm just riffing. And we'll hear your Lee Slip Up thing in a minute. Let's see what we've got else here. Who else? Yeah, good. Free Music Empire. We should be more dismissive in his honor. We should be. You're right. No drumless chat. Yeah, that's true. Just no drumless chat. Should have been Iron Man, says Steve Piper. Oh yeah, we talked about Iron Man as well. I love Iron Man. I'm a man of many words, says Ninja Rhodes, trying to condense my text. I like it, mate. It's brief. It's right to the point. Not everything has to be the length of a tune, I suppose. It's true.
Drumless chat is our Joe Rogan bow hunting or elk hunting or whatever, isn't it? It's the bit where you can go off and make a tea or something. Oh, they're doing that.
Yeah. People are talking about that again. So any new conclusions? No, same conclusions. Always the same. Just going around in circles. That's what they're doing, these lads.
It's the Israel-Palestine of this podcast.
It is drumless chat. It's true. Well, whilst Ray gets ready to set up, 2 seconds. That's all good. I'm going to let Ray set up. We'll go to his Lee Slip Up thing. But I'm going to start with you now there, James, on I want to just do a quick one. We talked about our top fives, but what we didn't get much of was our honourable mentions. Just a few little albums or big albums that you thought that maybe should get a bit of love. I've got a few here. I'll rattle them off.
Yeah.
But people, I've noticed, especially with someone like AJ Suede or Cities of Eve or Prop Dylan, there are people who've got back to us and they've said, I didn't even know who this person was. Thank you for introducing me to them. So I have got a few more here for honourable mentions. Like, if you just go check these out, we're always talking about them on socials anyway. But yes, I Told Bessie, Elucid. That is probably top 10, might be end of the year. That is amazing. Tanner Talk 4, Benny the Butcher. We talked about it at the beginning of the year. That is just such a good album, and we didn't really give it a lot of love last episode, but let's be honest, Benny has been prime form in 2022, which I love. We talked about Pusha T, we talked about Vince Staples, I've got them as well. Conway, basically everything I said about Benny, put it to Conway, and Conway will come up a lot in this podcast, I feel. More Choices by Lord Queso. I loved that little project that he did. Elephant in the Room by Mick Jenkins. If there is a category for, think of a category name. Think of a category name. Mate, he's delivered fire. The Circus EP last year was one of my favorite. He did some of my favorite songs of last year, generally. He's amazing.
I haven't heard about him since 2017. He's just
check Different Scales. It's one of my songs of the last year. I still play it today. It's so good. But he dropped an album, Elephant in the Room, and there needs to be a new category, which is like first listen, like second listen, third listen reviews. First listen, I was like, Mick's fallen off. It's the first time I've not really got into a project straight away. Second listen, I was like, yeah, it's all right. Third listen, I was like, fucking, what was I doing? This is brilliant. So I don't know think of a category name for that, people.
Indecisive people reviews, like, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There we go. Indecisive people reviews. IPRs.
I think it's just slow burner,
IPRs.
Right? Slow burner.
Slow burner. There we go. The slow burn. You know what? I'm writing that down right now. And
maybe it should be actually that
honourable-
I should like this album, but I don't, and then you do. It's essentially it,
I like it. That's a longer title,
Yeah.
but yeah, slow burn works. What we'll do. Oh yeah, sorry. Last one, honourable mention, and it came out literally as we released that. We just finished recording the last one, but I actually think this might be in Ray's 5 of the last of the year, and I'm making a massive punt saying that because we know how me and Ray get on. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But this is so fun. It's lyrically brilliant, on point, just like Ray likes it. And the production's amazing on a different level. And Ray has liked this guy's production in the past.
Apollo Brown.
I want to just shout out. Apollo Brown again. No, Eat by Pan Amsterdam and Damu the Fudge Monk. Now, Damu the Fudge Monk,
his beats are wicked. Yeah.
He's amazing. He's so slept on. He did something with Blue about 2019-ish, and Ray really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed that. It's that, but and I don't know if you've heard Pan Amsterdam, but he's one of the most unique rappers right now. He's got such character and charisma that goes along with. It's a bit like Quelle Chris. It's a bit like Pink Sifu. They have a sound, an identity in their sound. Like, as soon as you hear him rapping, his voice, his inflection, his way he just puts words together. Yeah, it's great. And there's a track on there called Duck What, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, there you go. There are my honourable mentions.
Nice.
James, do you have any?
Yeah, I had a few that were in the running to be in my 5. I went with, I had listened to Coast Contra. You heard of them?
Oh yes, yeah. Right. No, I'm not heard, but I
They
saw
were
someone
interesting.
mention this.
They weren't that. The reason they sounded like they were kind of doing a little bit West Coast party rap style. So I was like, I'll check that out. It was quite good. One of them's Raz Kaz's son, so I thought that would be decent.
Really? What are they called again?
Coast Contra. They're a bit Farsidey. So I did think about bringing them, but the album didn't grab me enough on the first listen. So I was like, that was good, but I didn't really, get into it anymore. So they didn't go on the list. Well, obviously, but
Raz Kaz's son. Interesting.
Yeah, and then there was an album that I listened to a few times that was quite good. I don't know, Ray. It mainly was in my sort of honourable mentions because I thought Ray would hate this album. It's a spoken word album by a guy named Ed Scissor. And it's kind of over.
Oh yeah, I know Ed Scissor.
Quite ambient beats again, which would really irritate Ray, I think. So,
It did.
But it was good.
Is Ed Scissor the English guy, right? He's the English guy.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I think he's from Cambridge as well.
Sorry.
Anyway.
It's a Cambridge guy from the Bridge. The Bridge, mate. Amazing, yeah. Ed Scissor. I think we were supposed to have him on the pod at some point. Even I think
he's probably a lovely.
Have you heard him?
Just like exactly as you expected. I absolutely hate it. So next.
Wow, there we go. He's back. He's back, people.
An album that was almost in my 5 was very close because I've listened to it quite a few times and enjoyed it. Saba, his new album.
Yeah,
but again, I thought. I always get slack. Everyone goes, "Oh, it's R&B straight away. It's fucking R&B" in the comments straight away. And
it is R&B.
I haven't. It's not R&B. It's just got a bit of singing on it.
It is. He's got some verses on there that you could put up there.
Is that all it takes now? Just put a couple of verses on. Call the entire album hip hop. It's fine. Just chuck a verse on. It's all right.
It is a hip hop
so glad
album.
you got that 20 minutes of extra rest.
But also, Girl Talk with Wiz and Wiz Khalifa and Smoke Dizzin. So I thought I'd hate it, but I was like, this is quite good. It just didn't get enough plays to warrant being in my 5. But yeah, it's weird because Girl Talk's like not the kind of person you'd expect to work with. And it's got, Big Crit.
Wait.
Big Crit, Smoke Dizzer, Wiz, and Girl Talk.
Girl Talk, the Swedish duo who did the mashups all them years ago.
Yeah.
I fucking love Girl Talk. And they're back.
Yeah, making a hip hop album. It's a really well produced hip hop album. It hasn't grabbed me yet, but I like Wiz. He's not great, but he brings what he brings. Smoke Dizzer, like him. Weird hearing a Griselda guy on these sort of polished party beats. And then Big Crit, who's fucking great. So yeah.
I love that. And Big Crit, I love that album, by the way. Got some really good bangers on that album that he brought out this year.
I haven't heard it.
Okay, wicked. Oh, mate, there's some fire, and the track before fire, it's in my bangers. We'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, let me just quickly go to our chat before we go back to Ray, because it has been kicking off a little bit. Let's go back here. Steve Piper. Oh, I meant if your boy was dressed as Iron Man, the least hip-hop thing would be more hip-hop. You're right. Sorry, mate. I didn't even click that. You're right. My boy should have been dressed up as Iron Man. You're right. Up yours, drumless moralists. We'll see who cancels who, says Osman. Yeah, you're right. Oh, free music. Mick Jenkins was last year, so Void can't put him in there. But either way, go listen to that. It's great. Probably late last year, I thought, because I missed that. And then we've got, what else we got here? I'm surprised that Talent Talk 4 didn't make anyone's top 5, says Osman. Look, I'm surprised. When it come out, I was like, this is top 5.
Mate, there's plenty of room in Ray's 5 that it could have gone in. Definitely.
No, I thought you did. Ray, you did like Talent Talk 4 though, right? You liked it, didn't you?
Not as much as my 5. Because that's why I chose them.
I'm saying, like, you did like it. Yeah, but we're going to talk honourable mentions in a minute. Right. Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering, you did actually like it.
It's not accidental. I'm not just like, I just fucking spin a wheel and choose something random. Yeah, Coast Contra. That's
Ray, you've come on here today doing a Cam cosplay. At least be nice to him.
He needs the bald head to really go for
what optician do you go to, Cam?
Did you? Okay, did you not?
Great.
Did you or did you not notice that I'm in my pants? It was on screen. It was on screen a moment. See? Not pay.
I missed that. I missed that. Oh my God, something for the YouTubers out there.
Yeah, the clip chimps have got that already. That's getting gift.
I mean, it's not that exciting really, isn't it? Coast Contra freestyle.
Yeah, Ninja Rose, epic shit. Okay, I love a freestyle, so I'm going to go into that. Jack Patilla, I found myself going back to Talent Talk 4 a lot. I also enjoyed What Has Been Blessed Cannot Be Cursed. Who is that? What Has Been Blessed Cannot Be Cursed? Please let me know who that is. I can't remember who that is. But yeah, Talent Talk 4, maybe I just haven't gone back to it enough. Pre-ordered Talent Talk 4 April, finally received my copy end of last month. A lot of Benny love here. I'm enjoying this. One of the rappers of the year, maybe. I don't know, maybe up there. And then Jack Patuna, I spent all day. Now they're talking about Ed Scissor. Wicked. Love that. So Mighty Cannons is a really good album. Ray will love it, says Osman. And that is absolutely true. Mighty Cannons, Ray. That is your top 5 Mighty again. Cannons. So I'm putting, what did I put it on my list? I've put Eat by Pan Amsterdam and Mighty Cannons are going to be. You
know what you're going to get. Ray's just going to come and go, yeah, listen, there was shit. No, I've got
no. He won't.
There's a new Russ album out, so that's going in.
No, they're
why wouldn't it go in? Why wouldn't it go in? Russ is a wicked rapper. What's the problem?
You're an idiot.
Oh God,
that's rubbish.
On that, then,
he's literally got on that pod.
How are you, first of all?
Brought an R&B album, been like, oh God, Russ, a guy that raps in every fucking tune and actually rhymes, fucking dickhead. It's fucking 4 a.m. is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Should have been 3:30 though, and he got here at 4. Unbelievable. But what we're gonna, I'll do less of that. Ray. Thank you for coming on, though. You know this, by the way. Let's just put this out there. I fucking love the fact that Ray started. We only started late, so we're waiting for you. We were actually on early. But I'm glad that Ray's here, and every time he jumps in, it's all good flavour. Ray, for you, honourable mentions. We talked about all your 5. People go listen to them in the last episode. Any honourable mentions you'd like to shout out for the year that maybe could even sneak on the 5 at the end?
Give me a sec.
Yeah, I'll give you a sec there as I then go. Well, I'm going to riff. I've been doing that, mate.
Little sneak behind the scenes. Cam forwards us like a list of subjects of like, we're going to tackle this, tackle that, tackle this, go through this, go through this. Honourable mentions isn't on the fucking list, so I'll have to just.
It's all right. You got to look at the professionalism here. I was ready. Bang. Didn't know it was on it.
Fair enough. I just thought I wanted to do a little. Just wanted to have a little. That was, in fact, a riff and a little bit of an.
It was a good riff, mate. Don't let him get you down. Don't let him get you down, mate.
Osman, Ninja Rose, Conway. Oh, Conway. Yeah. What is blessed can't be cursed. I love that. Okay, it's his last joint. Yeah, is that with Ghost Limited? What's his name?
Oh yeah, fuck. That's what. Yeah, that was one I was thinking of.
That's an album that's going in one of the categories for me.
Sorry, not that one. I'm talking about what I've just seen on my screen, not the album you're talking about.
What? He's got another
Okay,
album out.
you're
Fucking hell,
talking out loud.
Griselda are ridiculous.
Well,
I've not
that's
even
what they
listened
do.
to
That's
that.
what they do, mate.
Not
That's
even
what they
listened
do.
to it.
I don't think it's as good. It's good, but it's not as good as his last one. I really love the other one. Purpose, the Tony Camonte saga is also a dope album no one's talking about. Never even heard of it, mate. Big Ghost, that's it. Big Ghost Limited. Wicked hoodies. Absolutely brilliant, comfy champion hoodies he does as well. So big up Big Ghost. So as you can tell, we're all really tired. We're all forgetting names and shit. But we're going to get into this now then. Ray, I was going to start into a few bangers of the year.
You just said honourable mentions. I'm just ready for honourable mentions. And you've moved on. He's moved on.
I've just said bangers of the year. James, if you want to have a little think about bangers of the year. Ray, what are your honourable mentions, mate? See, it all works. It's all part of the plan.
Canibus brought an album out this year. And there's
I saw that.
Did.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
And
did.
there's some of those tracks.
it wasn't an album though, was it?
Yeah, One Step Closer to Infinity. It's really good. It's Canibus being so fucking Canibus. It's so good. It's so good. There's so
Love
much
that.
in it. That's just
Any examples? Who's on the production? Is he got any big names?
He's done an EP with Pete Rock. That's what I saw, and it's not very good.
One Step Closer to Infinity is the one that it's what the album's called, and the track called One Step Closer to Infinity is the most Canibus track on the album. It's a step closer to infinity, and these big kind of space and shit concepts. It's
how many bars is it?
Yeah.
I think there's 101 on this one. He's moved up.
Is he still walking on the sun in his bare feet?
Yeah,
I'd love
walk
it.
across the sun barefoot, looking for shades.
Okay,
One of the fucking greatest lyrics of all time.
Yeah, I love that line. Okay, Canibus. That's always a good shout. To be fair, I haven't checked it, and I really should, just to hear what he's saying.
The reason I know about this is because there was a story that Pete Rock in The Guardian. Probably everyone here's read it, but Pete Rock pissed off about Canibus's manager didn't pay him for some beats. And the manager goes, I've literally got receipts, and bought them out and stuff. But then I went and listened to it because I was like, Canibus, maybe he's good over Pete Rock. No, he's not. It's just got, it's just not very good. The beats, one of the beats is really good, just utterly wasted on Canibus.
What went wrong with Canibus?
I know, because I was the biggest Canibus stan ever. Fucking loves Canibus, but then he just...
But what did go wrong? No, genuinely, is it Wyclef? Is it Wyclef, or is it... I'd like to know what people think. People in the chat, let us know what went wrong.
I think he's just
Canibus.
got mental health issues, mate. That seems to be it.
Is that what it was? I know he joined the army and that and shit as well. And maybe he's just not been very well. Maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. It's just a sad...
Seems like a very angry man.
He was angry when we saw him live, wasn't he, Ray? God, he was the angriest man I've ever seen live. And that's including DMX. He's like, I've got the fucking mic. This is my fucking show. I'm going to say what I fucking want to say. Literally like that. It's some trainer. We were like, wow, you are...
No one's debating that, mate. No one is debating it.
We've literally paid for this to be
you
the
don't go
case.
to a Canibus show. What do you expect him to be all fucking fluffy and...
Yeah.
I need to take these fucking glasses off.
No, we don't want to be fluffy. To be fair, I actually
now.
didn't know what his personality was before we'd seen him live, because you see him in the interviews and that, but live shows are different. Like Exhibit's live show was amazing at Subterranea, like literally pouring Cavassier down our mate's throat. You know what I mean? Like and you kind of maybe saw that in the videos a bit, but not in Paparazzi. You wouldn't have thought he's going to be playing baggers. But either way, there we go. So we've had some honorable mentions from Ray.
No, you've had one.
Bangers of the year.
Rise and Fall of Slaughter.
Oh, you got more?
Rise and Fall of
Let's go.
Slaughterhouse.
What else you got? Oh,
I wish you'd bought that instead of some of the shit you bought. That was actually, it was a bitchy, like, I don't know, drama fest, but I enjoyed it. It was all right. Whereas
you love bitchy drama. The irony being, it's not really that either. Because
no, it's a statement though, isn't it?
Yeah, but like it's legitimate. Joe Budden is a fucking dickhead, so it's fine. They didn't directly say it might as well have. I enjoyed it. I really fucking enjoyed it. I don't like Joe. Neither does Joel Ortiz. I think Crooked's a bit more, all right, let me be a bit more diplomatic with what I say, because, this is going to exist forever. And Joel Ortiz is like, I don't give a fuck. Guy's a dickhead, which is good. That's why I enjoyed it.
Trap Law Ross, have you ever seen his videos before? He makes quite entertaining videos about current hip hop, but also like older stuff. And he did a video about Joe Budden and the podcast, his podcast imploding. And yeah, go watch that and you can see how ridiculous Joe Budden is. It's just not a great guy. Not a great guy.
Wicked.
I really haven't kept up to date with that world of hip hop. That like little area of hip hop. I just have not. I don't listen to the show. I don't know what it is. I just kind of unplugged from it. Maybe it was that kind of album that where they were saying their shit. It was like, do I have the time to get into this?
Mate, it's
like,
pretty
Roy
insane.
Seems to have.
Don't you think that he had the biggest podcast on Spotify? The biggest podcast, Joe Budden. It's so fucking weird, like how successful it was. Yeah, it was.
No idea.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be up there, isn't it? It was going to take over, wouldn't it? At one point.
Wait, what's that?
But,
What's that episode
I don't know.
you just talked? What was it called?
Just put Trap Law Ross. Trap Law LOI. His channel is quite amusing.
Okay. I have to throw Ever Since by Nelson Dialect and Mr. Slips in there. Dope Adelaide Brighton hip-hop album, Steve Piper. Okay, I'm in. Not heard of those guys. I like that. There's some good stuff on Peace Fly God as well. Jack, it's come out. And yeah, there is some good stuff. It's not as immediate as
Joe Budden probably hates Joe Budden as well. That's pretty funny.
Free
Music Empire. That is very good. Joe Budden probably hates Joe Budden.
I knew that Peace Fly God wasn't going to be that good when Cam I asked Cam, is it any good? And he was like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, it's going to be shit then. That's going to be awful. And it wasn't very good. There were some good tracks, like the guy said, but not the best.
Okay. Osmond, Pete Rock hated that song himself. Okay, talking about the old...
oh, that's interesting.
No, they're talking about something else there, but I think, but Canibus was too much, not enough, says Free Music Empire. Interesting. Ninja Rose, I feel exactly the same about as James. I love Canibus now. I can't stand the bloke.
I don't hate Canibus. He just, I don't like his music anymore.
Yeah. Ninja Rose, Canibus has fallen out with so many people behind the scenes. His ego was always out of control. Even Premier couldn't work with him. And Premier seems like a nice bloke. So yeah, there we go. And then we had the Joe Budden line. That's great. Any other honourable mentions then before we do Bangers of the Year, Ray?
Any other honourable mentions? They would be, I'm just, basically I've got a playlist of just all albums that I think were worth listening to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just...
Could you try again?
don't know what that was. That was my watch talking there for a second.
Someone's got an Apple Watch showing off. Unbelievable.
RJ Payne.
RJ Payne.
Album.
We talked about
ridiculous.
Pain.
Pain. Hey, that is. Let's not forget New Jack City. Have you watched it yet, James?
No, I haven't. I thought we were going to watch it together as a.
Oh yeah,
we're going to do a watch.
It's your one goal though. It's a rewatch, mate. You can watch it over and over again. You should just watch it.
I don't want to, mate. First. I'm sure I won't want to.
So good.
Yeah, but if you watch, it's like the Goonies. I never watched it when I was young, so I tried watching it when I was older, and I was like, "This is shit, shit."
It is,
not interested. But everyone who's like watched it when they're young is like, "It's the best movie ever." And you're like, "Nah."
It is.
It was good because at the time. It's good at the time. Now, not.
I've watched it loads of times since, and I still like it.
Yeah, but you watched it at the time, so you're reliving the nostalgia of it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what I do. I'm not saying
this is literally the point of this whole podcast. Is the nostalgia. If you don't understand,
no, I was actually going to say I actually think that the crime family is the understated part of that film, and no one talks about them enough. They're brilliant. The brothers, the mum, they're the best thing, actually, after all this time. They're brilliant. So there we go. Bangers of the year then. Let's just get into it. I'm going to start off a few I've got here. We'll just do any of these artists you want to make a point on, bring it up, but we'll just talk generally. We've talked about Kendrick. Heart Part 5 is probably one of my songs of the probably song of the year, to be fair. We talked about When Sparks Fly. We talked about that in the last episode. Vince loved that. Death Fame by Quelle Chris is such a brilliant song that it's kind of really encapsulates what Quelle's about, and it has a really interesting way of looking at fame and when people, obviously it's called Death Fame, and people dying and who are famous, and it's just that I can't really put it into words. You have to listen to the song itself, but I really enjoyed that. I've got a few more here. Sub-Zero, Action Bronson. I think we need to talk about that album because Sub-Zero is fucking great psychedelic shit. He is in one of the bars of the year as well. We've got later about punching a horse, which is fucking great. I mean, who goes around punching horses? You know what? Who hasn't been talked about this year as much? Denzel Curry. And we talked a bit about Denzel
He might
Curry
be at the end of the year
for
me because his album's pretty good. It's pretty decent.
Okay. because I have Walking is probably my favorite track off of that. It was a single as well.
Walking is it's a quality
great
track. That was going to be mine, and plus it's got that beat switch halfway through it, hasn't it? It starts with a certain kind of You know what? I'm not going to pretend to be a musician and know what the fucking beat signature is, but it's one to start with, and then it goes into a different one, and it's fucking wicked. But it's still it's not like a beat switch. Or it's that it's a drum pattern change with the same melody, right? Kind of thing. Anyway, it's
a weird one.
It really fucking works.
Yeah, because it's not it's not a jarring thing. It's like, oh, what's a bit different? And then it goes, and the video's sweet as well. And do you know what? Early doors this year, I had his second verse as one of my verses of the year. It was such a good verse about, his growth, about him. And you're like, this is really deep shit. Again, I love this. But do you know what? The album just did not stick to me. Just didn't. And I don't know what, was it inconsistent or what? But Sam
hasn't for me either.
Maybe.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
So... But I just wanted to shout out Denzel because I thought that you can't sleep on that track. That was a great song. I don't know if you heard these guys. So we talked about it's a bit like that, I suppose. But Jay Worthy, Larry June, and London Drugs. You ever heard of these guys?
Nope.
Okay, so I think you're all going to like Socket to Me. It's very old school retro, but it's got like this, the rapping's really, it's a bit different. And it's just a fun like song. I love Socket to Me. That's a great song. And we talked about Def C and Boathouse. I had Ragnarok for down. And I don't know if did you check that in the end, Ray? Def C and Boathouse, did you check them out in the end? Or?
No, I haven't checked out yet.
You did. Okay, again, I think that's what Ray's alley straight away. And the Big Crit one was Fire's interlude going into South Side of the Moon. Those two songs together are one of the most rewindable moments in hip hop this year for me, because I love the Big Crit album. Generally is great, but them two just work so smooth. You love that, James. I can if you like Sabo, you're gonna love that.
Hey,
so
cool.
Big Crit. What have you got bangers of the year? What have you got there, mate?
Me, well, I think in terms of, but I feel I can Pusha T's got the most bangers on his album, and they're growing on me gradually. But we spoke about those last time, like Let the Smoker Shine the Coupe. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And Dreaming of the Past as well, Diet Coke. But one that went under the radar this year that I really enjoyed was DMB by A$AP Rocky.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that? Okay. Did you watch the video for it?
I did. No, I hadn't seen the video.
Mate, the video for it. So good. It's one of the best videos. I mean, he always does bring amazing videos.
He does.
But if you like Gaspar Noé type editing and stuff like that, there's a lot of trippy editing in it. It's great. And it's one of those songs where I can imagine if you heard that song on Spotify, you'd be like, yeah, it's quite good, and then forget about it. But when you watch it with the video, it's like, it's really good. It's basically him and Rihanna, like, playing a couple where they're playing themselves, a sort of like ghetto fabulous version of themselves, like living in the ghetto and then getting married and stuff. And yeah, it's great. It's really good. Also, he's my MVP of the year. He married Rihanna, so can't beat that, can you? Try and beat that. Anyone you say, you're not going to beat that.
And he's having a kid with her. He's having a kid with her, isn't he? This is it. This is wow. Okay, you're getting your hip hop gossip here as well. In case people didn't know, he's having a kid with Rihanna. There you go. MVP of the year. Love that.
But any other DMB. DMB's a banger. The little in the chorus they bring in a little bit of a sort of synthesized effect. It's just really trippy and great. Yeah. So no, that's it. That's my banger of the year so far.
Nice. But yeah, bangers of the year, Ray. What have you got, mate?
It's kind of gone under the radar. I haven't done any research into what's going on with Onyx. Have you seen? They've recently been Onyx have been featuring on loads of, I think, Russian tracks and German, and they're just
oh no,
So they're all great. I don't know what. I'm not saying those, but the point is they are doing that, and they're bringing this standard Onyx fire, like articulate anger is what I describe it as, because they're pretty right.
I like that.
But there's this track called Game Over. And I've not heard of Losties before. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Losties? No, yeah, I suppose you don't need. Have you heard of it? Anyway, there's a track called Game Over, and it's obviously it came out this year, and it's somehow it's classic Onyx, basically, and it's just like a really fucking satisfying beat. So that one, Game Over.
It'd be very easy to do music like Onyx and not enunciate, but they do.
Yeah,
they do.
They do. They do enunciate.
They do. They're very talented men.
I think so.
Talented men who, even when they put out the one, what's it called, Onyx, jamming like Vince Carter, that one. Even back then, I was like, oh wow, they're really past it. Still a banger, but it was a shit album, and I was like, oh, it's a bit late now for them, and they're still making music. That was like 15 years ago. That track was. Crazy.
It all comes back round. It all comes back round, mate. That's what it is.
They should just be doing Griselda. Why not they doing the Griselda thing? All you could do is make grimy tracks, not try and just do grimy tracks with like a load of like 15th century art on the front cover. Boom. And then sell $1,000 t-shirts.
Gonna do that.
Yeah, but that's what all they'd have to do is do that kind of thing, and they'd be way more successful than they are. But no, they've got to try and do shit tracks with Russians and Germans. Germans and Russians. Someone
voted for Brexit. Someone voted for Brexit there.
A lot of my bangers of the year are basically features of my albums of the year. So there's a lot of repetition. There's butterfly effect.
That's fine.
But we shouldn't really go, because it's a lot. Again, some of the bangers of the year they cross over to our other sections we're going to get to, verses of the year as well, and. So,
we'll bring them up then.
Dre, Gospel with Eminem. It's just that's still up there.
Okay.
But multi-game arcade cabinet. There's like video day, so it's open mic Eagle track and
hold on, multi-game arcade.
Multi-game arcade cabinet.
It's the most open mic Eagle track name I've ever heard.
It really is. But that's fucking great. I'm like almost 70% in now. I don't even hear the song.
They're all pretty good on it. It's got Rap Forever and Still Rift.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Nice.
But yeah, video. There's a rapper called Video Dave's got a verse on it, which is just amazing. Yeah, it's a sick verse.
I'm surprised you like open mic Eagle, Ray. That's not the type of rapper I'd imagine you'd be into.
Not typically, but he was one that I was like, all right, let me give him a go.
Open Mic Eagle by Open Mind Ray. Interesting.
Ray. It did cross my mind. I like that.
For all the astrology fans as well, there's a tune out this year called Pisces. Do you know who it was by? Who was on it?
I'm a Pisces.
Boom. Then you're like the latest track that Apathy is on. So it's a fucking demigods. Actually, more the Apathy and self-titled did a tune called Sons of Godzilla, but I want to like it, but I don't.
Ray.
We need a soundboard.
You're almost there.
We need a soundboard. I'd love to have a soundboard. Damn, son, why'd you find this one?
That's my favourite. That's my favourite snippet. By the way, I've now just come to that. That's my favourite sting. Is damn, son, where'd you find this? I love it. I just wanted to say that just in life. When something good
on the West Side's album, with one where it's real trap shit and stuff like that. They're so awful.
Real trap shit. Yeah, I love it. I love that.
But yeah, but okay, you've gone into verses of the year.
Not yet. We're going to go in there though next, but I'm going to go into the chat quickly and just see what people are saying here. So where are we? Here we go. Canibus has fallen off. Yeah, I've got that. Oh no, I haven't. My thing's not. Oh, here we go. Right, sorry, my thing didn't refresh. There it is. It's refreshed now. Death Fame. I love that Quelle album. Says Ninja Rose. Death Fame is perfect. Says Free Music Empire. It really is. Says Jack. Wow, Death Fame. People loving that. Quelle Chris. One of the albums of the year. It is up there. It's a sick album. Dark yet funny. Absolutely is exactly that. I need to go back to that action. Says Free Music. Honestly, it is rewarding. It is rewarding. Steve Piper says. It's called Action Monsters' album's called Cocodrillo Turbo. Cocodrillo Turbo is a weird in a great way. There's a ton of funny bars. There really is. We're going to go into one. We're going to go to a few there. Yeah, he was great live. Seeing him live was one of the best things this year as well. Love that. And then that's it. Right, let's get into it. Next one. We've done bars of the year. Oh, you know what? There's some more bangers. We'll put that on the old Do you know what? Quick shout out though to Lula HF, who did really bad handwriting, and he submitted that to me in an email. And I think we follow each other and stuff, but such a great little song. Love that song. Really bad handwriting. Go check that out. Lula HF. Ray. These are all the Crate 808 Bangers playlist, by the way. Go
I can't fucking listen to that.
But Ray, that is right up your street. Yeah, I know. That's not for you, really. Is it?
No, I mean the entire playlist at the moment is like, oh Kendrick, Kendrick, oh another one, oh Kendrick.
It changes. It changes.
All the fucking is.
It changes.
Wait, Lula who? Let me write the price down. Lula.
Lula HF. I was listening to it earlier. El Camino's got some stuff. Spanish Ram. All these people have got stuff. Elzai. I don't know. Ray, I'm surprised that's not in your album of the year. Strange Land, stuff like that. I thought Elzai might have been in there for you.
Elzai's one of those people who I like always see stuff by him, and I'm like, he'll be a feature, and he just features on a lot of shit, and he makes a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
He has a poor quality control. He annoys me because he can be fucking amazing. I liked his last
two solos though. His last two solo albums have been really enjoyable. I've really liked them. But yeah, I mean, this new one's good. Just, I don't know. I haven't stuck to it as much as the others. But yeah, there you go. So let's get into it. Let's just start off with Verse of the Year then. Verse of the Year. Let's do this. Who wants to go first? I've got my notes here. I can go in, or does anybody else got a shout? They're really eager to do. Ray, you got one? Ray, you about to
Why don't you go first?
Go on,
because, you know, it offsets the sheer quantity of Cam's talking. If you go first and last, then it's just less, isn't it? Does that make sense?
I like it. I like that, mate. Yep. Right. We all set in? We all good?
Because I know I'm not going to have the same ones as you, because you're going to be wrong. So...
Oh, there we go. Like that. Look at that. Well, I've got a long list.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
At number 32, we have number 32 is Chez Noir.
Oh, fuck off. Verse of the year.
We're going to quickly rule these off.
Verse of the year. Yeah, you're putting a Chez Noir.
Yeah. It was a joke there, Ray. But she has got some great bars on that album. That was a joke. So what have we got?
A woman on this podcast.
Unbelievable you picked a woman on this podcast. So before we get into my number one, I think I talked about this in the last one, but Slick Rick on Metropolis with DJ Muggs is fucking brilliant. Love Slick Rick on that. We talked about Mr. Motherfucking Esquire on AJ Suede and Televangel's Metatron's Cube, Respect the Architect. That is my number 3 verse, okay? But we talked about it in the last episode. We also talked about it in our review, so I'm not going to go into it anymore, but it is the most wild and out verse. Love it. Duckwalk with Pan Amsterdam, we talked about earlier, is fucking, it's so satisfying. You know when someone's enunciation, rhyming, flow hit the exact points of like your, what's that, chi? You know, your chi? What is that called? You know, the spiritual notes around your body? It's like, something about his voice. What? That's what I meant, chi. It's something like Pan Amsterdam has a way of connecting with my chi, is what I've got down here. So yeah, that's Pan Amsterdam for you. So Duckwalk, Raid, that's right up your street. We talked about Saba. Stop That is, I fucking love that verse. I don't know why, but I love it so much. And Def C I have here as well. And you know, we're going to talk about this in feature. We're going to talk about this maybe in verse as well. But I have got J. Cole, but for 2 different ones. And not just John P's Caddy, which I think we're all going to have at least something to say about. But I think J. Cole has been on fucking fire on that track. And Benny's great on it as well. But that's just one of the best songs of the year, I think, John P's Caddy. And J. Cole on that is amazing. But he did another feature this year on a track called London by Bia. And he is superb on that track. So if you like J. Cole, and I'm sure people have heard that anyway because it's quite a big track, but yeah, J. Cole on London is another one. And my top 2, my number 2, this was a tough one because it changed this morning. This was number 1, but I actually am going to change it because it relies a bit more on the video to really hit me. But should that matter for a verse? I'm not sure,
because I am watching videos.
There you go. Obviously to Ray it does, but to me, not so much. But here we go. Number 2 is Kendrick Lamar. Yes, Ray, you're right. But it's not on the album. It's on Heart Part 5. And it's the last verse where he's rapping from the perspective of Nipsey Hussle. And it's incredible as it is. But seeing how he did it with the video, actually, I think the second verse is when he says hurt people, and he's talking as Will Smith. And to have that so on the tail of what happened with Will Smith this year, it was a really weird kind of cultural zeitgeist moment, like kind of crossing paths. So I have Kendrick on Heart Part 5, unbelievable. And my number one, I said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to have it here as well. It's one of the best songs he's ever done. God Don't Make Mistakes by Conway the Machine. He has a two-pack energy of being raw, making you feel what he's saying, which is not a great, easy thing to do, and then drawing you in with the stories he's telling you as well. He has stories like what would have happened if this had happened, what would have happened if that had happened, and that the way it kind of plays on my mind afterwards. I think that's the thing. It's the lingering effect of that verse. And it's just one song, one verse, one straight long verse over this song with a bit of a hook at the end and just Al on there as well. And I just, I don't know. I worry about him. You worry about someone like, oh God, mate, I hope you're okay. I don't want to, we don't want to lose an artist as good as that. And God Don't Make Mistakes. God Don't Make
track
Mistakes.
called.
What's it called?
Well, the album's called fucking that, isn't it? So I thought you were building up.
No. It's the track off the album, God Don't Make Mistakes, but it is the track God Don't Make Mistakes. So that, it's just hit me harder than most. So Conway is my verse of the year. Who would like to go next? Let's go to Ray. Ray, what have you got, mate? What's your anything you guys want to say on those verses? By the way, I kind of just ripped there, but yeah.
I kind of agreed with a lot of them, especially like the Kendrick one. So the Heart Part 5's a weird one. I just don't know. The beat just doesn't get me enough to get me. It's one of those ones where he doesn't sound. He's not in the pocket on it. It doesn't let him sound like he's in the pocket. So it couldn't be first the year possible. But I don't know. What I'm bringing. One of the ones I'm bringing is definitely not in the pocket type verse of the year. So yeah.
Okay. So Ray, anything to say? Or
look, I don't want to go on about a Kendrick hate, but if someone is disappointing you every single fucking time you gave him a chance, I'm not giving him another chance. That's it. That's how. So and the thing is, I said it before, but we've already been instructed not to believe the hype, and I just feel like you all are. We
were instructed that.
Open mind eagle again.
Okay. Ray, should we go into the chat quickly, or do you want to go into it, Ray?
Mine's not a long list because the thing is,
okay,
like,
what have you got?
I guess all of my lists aren't really separate. I'm realizing now, to be honest. But my verses of the year are also on my the reasons my albums are in the albums of the year, because the tracks are the tracks of the year and they've got the verses of the year on them. That's why they're the track of the year. And that's why they're
fair enough.
That's why they're the album of the year. So it's just realizing there's loads of crossover here. But so RJ Payne and Butterfly Effect is definitely one of them. Fucking hell, Meth's first verse on first verse in the album is on Stop Crying. It's just fucking ridiculous. Eminem on Gospel, I still this when you look at Eminem's verse, it's just packed full of content, line after line after line after line of lines that you go back to and like, oh shit, that's what he meant. It's all throughout M, and because he's been doing it so reliably for so fucking long, people like, it's just Eminem. Anyway, so there's just Kendrick verse. Oh wow, it's just that's what I just.
No, don't do that at all. Yeah. I listen to M. I'm gonna retort against that because I do listen to those M verses. I still talk about him quite a lot, like in a highly. But
place, I didn't even know he'd released a song this year. Didn't even know he'd released a song.
Video Dave.
You don't follow him on Spotify?
Video Dave on Multi-Game Arcade Cabinet as well, which I've already said, but
his name's Video Dave. Can we just take this in for a second?
There's so much about, and the thing is it's one of those verses. There's no, gangsterism. Look at me, I'm the best in the world, kind of thing. It's just like a neutral verse about just fucking, I don't know, life and stuff. Anyway, but probably verse of the year, and it's already been kind of mentioned on the chat. It's the Coast Contra freestyle, and it's going to be the last verse on Never Freestyle. The rapper's Eric Jamal, and it's like when you see. I can't believe you haven't seen. Have you not seen the freestyle Coast Contra?
Do you know what? People keep saying this. I'm going to just quickly go into it because
Go on.
Oh yeah, I know these guys. The fucking guy who went viral. These guys go viral all the time. These are called Coast Contra, right? Yeah, no, loads of uptake on these this year. I've heard. Didn't they do a Far Side one? Didn't they? On they did a Far Side beat. And it was just like fucking everyone was sharing it with me. Just people like, you're gonna love this, Cam. That's how I first heard it.
So that's the thing. It's just Eric Jamal's verse on the Never Freestyle beat at the end. It's one of those verses if you love hip hop, you hear it and you're like, oh shit, that's amazing. But it's also a verse that crosses over into people that aren't really into hip hop will be like, hang on a sec, what's this? Oh shit, this is about, there's just that they're bringing that energy and it's a story and it's like going to a party and anyway, it's just a pretty. They've
got a feature on a Ciara track, mate. That's pretty massive, right? Sorry? Like.
On Ciara, did you just say?
Yeah, no. Yeah, like Ciara, they've just got a feature with it.
They're feature on. That's the thing. Like,
that was huge in 2007.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I heard it. I heard that track by accident just now because I was.
I don't think so.
Before I went to sleep, and it's not. Ciara's not good, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, is this what's big in the world now? Is she like doing numbers? Is she? She is big, right?
I think so.
She's definitely got like followers in that. Because my wife talks about.
Like, I'm not
just like
talking positive, negative about her singing ability and or fucking whatever she does. I'm not interested in it. But
that she's still big is a thing, though, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Well, there you go.
So, what do you reckon what's happened? Is it off the back of the viralness?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Of this that they've got a feature, which is just wicked because.
It's what all the do,
and then
right?
that also follows into best album I'll never listen to again. Their album Apartment 505 is like, yeah, this is good, but it's not gripping me for some reason.
Yeah,
have you heard it?
Yeah, really? So the album wasn't good, but the freestyles are great.
It's like beatboxers can't make an album. Like you want to see them live and like, oh shit, that's cool. But no,
we did see Roz live in Bristol.
But you ain't buy. Well, he did buy his album.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just Oh, yeah, like, we're not. You don't talk about.
Well, okay. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah. So okay, that's the best album you'll listen to again. That's nice combining of the two. I'm enjoying this.
All our categories are basically the same. That's what the takeaway is.
I've got a lot of crossover.
Yeah. The weird thing is the best album I'll never listen to aren't hip hop. I just realised I've written on mine. I don't know. I must have read that thing wrong completely. But yeah, either way, James, what are your bangers of the verse of the year? What have you got, mate?
The Dope Game destroyed my youth. Now Kim Jones Dior my suits.
Is that Pusha?
Yeah, Pusha's got so much crossover. I don't really have.
Yeah.
One of my verses of the year is in my feature, so I'm going to keep that there. But like there's nothing that really has jumped out hugely as a whole verse. But I quite enjoyed Roc Marciano on Action Bronson's latest album, where he said, "The Black Led Zeppelin, my Nazi sled go from 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds. This shit was destined." Just the Nazi sled is just a ridiculous way to talk about a Mercedes.
Great line. Oh, that is a fucking great line. Here, actually, we talk about Action Bronson. Big up Kian, right? Kian hit us up, by the way. One of the listeners out there. Big yourself up, mate. He's got we'll go into his ones as well. But his best song, Sauvage by Billy Woods. But he's got the funniest bars is Action Bronson. And I had this down as well. Knock the horse out you rode in on, hit him twice because he had a chin on him. What? What? So yeah, that is absolutely superb from Action Bronson. So yeah, no, you're right. There is that line there, and I'm enjoying that. So Pusha, okay, bit of Pusha as well. Yeah. Any others? You're going to use feature?
No, that's. I'm going to save the other one for. I've got two others, but they're a bit. I think Ray will appreciate them
because they're ransom, aren't they? They're ransom, aren't they?
Ransom. There's no way. I listen to Ransom.
Hey, mate. One of the bangers of the year, Circumstances. That is a fucking great song. Ransom, Nicholas Craven, and The Game. Come on. Circumstances are fucking great. Game goes in on that. That's fucking great song. So yeah, I had to shout that one out as well. Nicholas Craven, by the way, generally, big yourself up, mate. She's done it again. What was that? You like this one, didn't you, Ray? You were going to bring it at some point. This album this year he brought out. Nouvelle Religion, he has there on there. Fucking banger as well. You said you were like loving it.
Ransom. Yeah.
No.
What?
Nicholas Craven. But yeah, go on. Ransom as well.
What? Nicholas Craven. Yeah. No, it's actually
Nicholas Craven.
Actually, that was one of my bangers of the year. Nicholas Craven and Evidence, Breaking Atoms, and it's that also crosses over. I'm not that was like not doing separate things for all these categories on purpose, but they literally all cross over because that's also the album cover on that. That's one of the album covers of the year because it's got that reference to obviously Breaking Atoms, exactly. So
yeah, wicked,
and
love that.
And then that also goes to 90s rediscovery, which is another one of the categories. And yeah, just that main source Breaking Atoms album is just it's ridiculous. It's such happy, it's happy music, but also classic.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah, just amazing.
Yeah, love that. Well, my best album you'll never listen to again, as I didn't read the brief properly and I didn't put hip hop in there, I went for 2 non-hip-hop albums.
It's your own brief. It's your own brief.
Our Bad Boy Chiller Crew hip-hop. Bad Boy Chiller Crew.
Don't even know who that is. Don't even know who that is.
You don't know Bad Boy Chiller Crew, Al? Mate, you've got a rabbit hole ahead of you, my friend, that you are not going to get out of. They are incredible for what they do. Northern Bradford, they do rap, but in their very distinct way.
They like put a donk on it type rap.
Oh, 100 times better than put a donk on it because they'll play in a club. Like they're massive here. Like they play in clubs. Like they are. They were Glastonbury and shit. You're like, how the fuck are they? Like they were so much at Glastonbury. I remember seeing like a little girl. She's like 8 years old, and the BBC were there. Who's the best person you've seen? They were thinking Paul McCartney, someone like that. Or
Paul McCartney. Imagine a little girl saying that.
I know. True. That's the world I live in. That's the world I live in, where 8-year-old girls are like, Paul McCartney's great, but she's walking out and she goes, Bad Boy Chiller Crew, and walks off, and you're thinking that's brilliant. An 8-year-old went to see but the Bad Boy Chiller Crew album, Disrespectful, is one of the albums where I've played it once all the way through, and I just think, am I going to ruin that first take? Because it may get ruined.
Are they a novelty? Are they a novelty rap group?
I thought they were, but I really enjoy it when they come on.
Who are those Welsh guys?
My missus hates them now.
Who are those Welsh guys in like the
Gold Link Chain?
Goldie Link Chain. Are they like that?
Gold Link Chain,
yeah.
No. They're very much more mainstream applicable, but also with mullets driving quad bikes.
That sounds like Goldie Looking Chain. I'm not listening to this. Sounds like shit.
Yeah, all right, fair enough then. There you go. Bad Boy Chiller Crew chat for you. Let's go into, before we get into the next category, I didn't even go back into the chat today. Let's have a quick chat here. Let's have a quick look. Talk about Death Effects Perfect. Yes, thank you very much. Free Music Empire. Oh, Elzai is dope, but dry as rice cakes. Oh, mate, that's awful. Right. Toby Nixon's here. Big yourself up, mate. Thank you for coming in. Osman, Scooby Snacks by Droog might be a bang of the year. Mac Hommie is on that, just crooning O'Donnell with the Capadonna. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Lula is a really cool guy, says Osmond. Oh, so you must know him. One of the Twitter mutuals. I think his name for short for Lullaby, but also makes you laugh because Lula is penis in Punjabi. It is penis in Punjabi. I didn't want to go there, by the way. Yeah, but you're right. And Elzai's technically proficient, but not great. This is, they're all having, mate, there's so much to catch up on here. Should we go back in later? I don't know, there's quite a lot here.
Okay, but yes, it's just going to get out of control, mate. You've got to do your housework, get it done.
Let's do the work first. Yeah, actually, talk about the Punjabi thing. Did you big up to this one thing? The fact that hip hop took it this far, and R.I.P. to Sidhu Moosewala, who you two may not know about, but he was a Punjabi rapper from the Punjab, which is where my family are from. So it's agriculture, fields, nothing there. And I have to use my platform a little bit just to say RIP, because he got shot up, he got killed, he was 25. He was from the village, right? Where if you ever go there, there's barely electricity, let alone hip hop. But somehow when he was a kid, he heard Big Pun and he heard Tupac. And apparently
he's from a little village up north. And he was
in northern India.
He was a little village up north, and he listened to Tupac. Okay, he's reminding me of someone so far.
This is Cam's life, yeah. But he was very much more gangster. But no, just wanted to shout out. That's mad that an Indian rapper was getting like 500, 600, 700 views on YouTube. And when he passed away, Drake was the first one to say R.I.P. Moose. And you were like, that's fucking mad that hip hop's got that big.
Drake.
And you kind of
such a culture vulture.
It wasn't just him, but he's worked with loads of different people. But it did make me think about that whole we have my little hip hop like world. You kind of forget how big it actually is. And you think, shit, this lad was from fucking had nothing, and he come out of it and made it because of hip hop.
Was he good?
It was kind of a beautiful thing. Yeah, I mean, again, it's Punjabi, so if you don't understand it, you're not gonna be into it. But he was very pack energy in it.
What's his name again?
Basically, family dues. Sidhu, Moose, as in a moose, and Vala, which is Whalla. It's not English, but the weird thing, this is the Tupac energy.
54 million listens. Jesus.
Mate, he's huge. He did a song called Last Ride with the image of Tupac's car that got shot up in Las Vegas on the cover. And literally, as he dropped it, like, I don't know how long it was, but maybe weeks, he was in his car and got shot by gangsters in his car, in his last ride. And it was like, this is weird. This is so, like, yeah. So, but either way, just had to big up that.
I'm listening to his top track 295 and it's got singing rap on it, so I'm not interested.
Yeah, I doubt it. To be fair, I doubt it's on our radar, but for Punjabis out there and for people who like that shit, it's all there.
That's sad. It did. I can see the Tupac vibes, definitely. The production, with the bells and stuff in the background. He's obviously,
very different to what's happening in Indian music. No one does this. No one does straight hip hop, and if they do, it's very independent. And he went and made it massive. But yeah, either way, had to shout him out.
Cool.
A bit of a legend there. But yes, right, we're done. Right, let's just do it. MVP of the year. Let's get into it. I'm going to come to you, Ray. I'm sure it's going to be cross-aligned with something else you've got going on.
Done mine.
Is your MVP really A$AP Roc?
Yeah, he's having a baby with Rihanna. Okay. He's getting that baby daddy money. He's sorted for life.
He's getting that baby daddy money. Okay, that infamous baby daddy money. Ray, what have you got, mate, for MVP of the hip hop year?
MVP of the year so far. He's excuse me. He's brought so much more attention to hip hop on TikTok than anyone else in the world, probably ever. Louis Theroux. Have you not heard that verse? His fucking verse is fucking everywhere. It's literally stuck in my head now. You haven't heard it?
Is it what? Is it on? Is it gone like?
It's every girl's dancing to it. That's
the old verse.
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it falls. So that whole thing is that not it? Is that not stuck in your head now?
Never heard it.
I'm not on TikTok, mate.
I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah, you have heard it.
You're fucking on social media all the fucking time. Oh, I just post a ghost, mate.
I know,
I don't engage with it. I don't go getting caught up in the algorithm. You fucking dickhead. Yeah, look, I'm slave to the algorithm.
You can't do anything.
Can't win.
Slave to the algorithm, and it's just that all of TikTok is and you know, as a result of that, all of Instagram and. It's just full of girls dancing to Louis Theroux doing that dance. So maybe that just reveals what I respond to in the album feeds, the algorithm.
Yes, maybe it's your algorithm.
But yeah, if you just, you know how you can go on TikTok and then you find the tune, then you swipe sideways and it shows everyone that's used that tune. Your fucking phone will break if you do that because there's just too many.
Do you reckon he's made loads of money off of it?
No idea. I don't think so. No, I don't know if it's someone's random.
Surely they pay their artists.
I don't know if it's someone that's
cultural.
I don't know if it's someone that's like remixed it or not. But
okay, that's out of left field. Did not see that coming. I kind of love it. It's a world of hip hop again.
Exactly. It's just a little bit on the outside, because it's from him doing that documentary where he was, you know how Louis Theroux does those. They ask questions like he doesn't fucking know anything about anything. It's like, what? Oh, I don't know. Do you want me to? Oh, is this how I rap?
Yeah.
Oh. Then, you know,
the opposite of Cam. It's the opposite of Cam. That's what we're saying.
Oh, frick. Okay. Yeah, love that. Louis Theroux, anytime for a shout. I'm sure I bumped into him outside FOP in London this year. Was it maybe last summer?
Is FOP still going, is it? That's cool.
I know, yeah, amazing, isn't it? It's still there. But yeah, okay.
I went to school with the guy whose dad owns FOP.
You went to school with a dad who's wow.
I went to school
minted.
with the guy whose dad owns FOP.
Yeah. Owned.
But
yes.
Probably doesn't own any. Maybe he does. I don't know. But yeah,
maybe he does.
Really nice guy.
Oh wow, so
really
fucking
nice
interesting.
Guy.
Anyway, Louis Theroux, this tune is fucking is that's the one.
Let's get back to TikTok and girls dancing.
Like, what the fuck is FOP, dickhead? What would I know? I've been in fucking Australia for 10 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was
massive in the 90s and noughties.
Yeah.
Early noughties. We used to go there, you prick. We used to go and get CDs from FOP.
Mate, COVID's done a number on your mind, mate. This
is mad that you don't know what
COVID and TikTok's wrecked your mind. You got fucking Swiss cheese holes in it.
Oh, don't you remember where we used to buy CDs from 17 years ago? No, I fucking don't, dickhead.
Well, there we go. Yeah, well, there we go. Right, okay. MVP of the year. Love that. Let's go. Okay, my MVPs are shouts then. Do you have any honourable mentions? Not really. More than I've talked about, maybe you could put some of the Griselda crew in there, but I don't think they've brought it as hard as some years. I would say, actually, but again, a shout out in the last episode. But if we talk about MVPs, backwards, generally, Billy Woods obviously is doing that independent thing. Lucid coming out with that album as well this year. I told Bessie, and on top of that, they're releasing stuff which is so consistent and so like good, high, like kind of standard. So yeah, but shout out to them as well. Would they be MVP? Probably after Glastonbury. I think I'm just branching out and talking about hip hop as a whole. I think I am going to give it to Kendrick at the moment, just because of the Glastonbury set and how it kind of broke everyone and everything, and the Roe versus Wade take, and yeah, just this set was amazing. I'm going to see him live this year, so I'm really up for that as well. Can't wait for that. Although I did see Woods live this year, and he came on stage with a cup of tea, and I loved that, and it made me feel 100% more into him. So wow, he put Carol with a cup of tea. What a lad! Such a good lad.
Doesn't take much,
but yeah,
it?
either way. No, not for me, mate. No, not at all. So if I'm already there, just need a little push.
What was it like being at a Billy Woods gig? Was it just like being shouted at for 2 hours?
Great. No, man, you got the wrong idea. He's not
been told off for 2 hours.
At all, but he's funny. He's got riffs. He's so good off mic. But so is Lucid. They're really just lovely people. They're talking nice. They're cracking jokes. Yeah, it's wicked. But yeah, no, it just felt like an uncomplicated. They came in as well, like, when a gig starts, and that was my first gig since the pandemic. So Arm & Hammer and XOYO, and they came in with Sir Benny Miles, like the biggest Alchemist banger. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm home. And then I saw Action Bronson and Earl and all that as well recently. So yeah, no, it's been nice getting back out there, out into the gig world as well. So yeah, I think Kendrick Lamar is my MVP. It's a very easy answer, but it kind of also... for me, yeah, but doesn't make it not right. I think it kind of looks like, because Pusha really lifted from his album. Like Pusha's album's been great, but he hasn't like gone into the cultural zeitgeist after, if you know what I mean.
Kendrick has, yeah. Kendrick's actually Auntie's Diaries should be on my verse of the year. Auntie's Diaries, we'll look back on that as like Brenda's baby.
Maybe Mother I Sober. Yeah, maybe Mother I Sober might be.
No, Mother I Sober is probably one I'll bang more, but yeah, Auntie's Diaries is going to change a lot of people's minds about stuff.
Okay,
oh, God.
Okay. So James, MVP of the year, you already have a SAP.
Yeah, done.
Let's go there. We talked about 90s discoveries. This is the quick one. I'm not sure if James has got many for 90s.
Well, I did mine back in earlier this year. Binary Star.
I thought you were going to say I did mine in the 90s. I discovered it then. So,
what are you talking about? I've already been there, mate. Okay, yeah, we talked about Binary Star. Yes, we did. Yes, okay. Yeah, great rediscoveries. This is a little moment where we talk about any 90s stuff we have revisited. It kind of makes it really easy for us, right? Because on the Patreon, we are doing like a hidden gem album review, like pretty much every month. The people vote on it. Go sub to the Patreon if people want to do that. But I have to say, the Gorillas in the Mist resurgence in my life has been very welcomed. It's been great.
By who?
Such a Gorillas in the Mist, the Lynch Mob.
No, but I mean, who welcomed it? Was it just you who welcomed it?
No, me. I welcomed the anarchy.
Okay, cool.
I welcomed the anarchy. I was, the anarchy. This is what I've.
I thought Artie might have been like, oh, I'm glad he's listening to them or something like that. I was like, oh, okay.
She's fine with it, isn't she? But I suppose, Funk Dubious as well. They probably getting rinsed more.
I and I produced by Pete Rock, their album from the 90s that never got released and got released in the 2000s. I've been enjoying that too. Yeah.
I think you bought that a while back as well. I know.
That's a really good album.
You do enjoy that album. Okay. Ray, you said 90s Discovery for you was what again? Sorry, mate. I missed that.
Main Source, Breaking Atoms.
Yes. The Nicholas Craven tie-in. I like that. Yes, Main Source, Breaking Atoms. Never a bad time to revisit that.
But if we're going into, how much Crate 808 has loads of overlapping, non-specific subject areas that just excuses for us to talk about albums that we want to talk about. I'm just going to introduce another thing. So this next subject would be discovering shit from not the 90s, but just from over the last few years that you didn't talk. Like there's stuff that I've been.
So not the 90s.
Just like just the late 2000s, or the or
just
what are they called? The teens, the tens. Anyway.
So this is just the
stuff that you just missed over the last few years that you should have talked about on the podcast, a couple of years ago, because we've been going fucking years now, are we? Fucking years.
Yeah, just feel like fucking years.
But then the stuff that I'm hearing now, and I'm like, holy shit! Why didn't I how come I didn't hear this at the time? So we'll think of a more catchy title for it, but I think I brought up Second Exit before. Jammer, did you listen to that? If you wouldn't mind.
No, I need to listen to that.
Yeah, you got to check it. Basically, it's a guy. Basically, it's like he moans about being at a party. It's like, what are these people? Why is people being so fucking loud? It's basically the whole track's you. And then,
me,
yeah, you're
whole track's you.
Anytime it was like, all right, we're out, and then you're like, oh, let's go to a club. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing that.
I hit 10 o'clock at night and I'm done at that point.
Yeah. Same. I feel you.
But also, John Wayne. One word, John Wayne. These words are everything. From Rap Album 2 is fucking amazing. That's okay. It's fucking 2016, that one. But it's you're just like, oh shit, how did I not? That's what's amazing is that you can be loving hip hop at the time and still miss stuff that's fucking amazing, and then go back to it. But
exactly. Slug mentioned that, didn't he? On the pod.
Hemlock Ernst and Kenny Segal?
Yes, talked about him
down from back at the house. That no, we didn't.
We talked about Hemlock.
Yeah, I remember you talking about him.
No, you didn't, because I'm just hearing about it first time now.
Future Island singer that we
down
talked
from
about.
back of the house.
I listened to the pod the other day.
That's just no, you didn't. You did.
I did. I wanted
to listen back. I
wanted to listen to what I said.
Fucking hell.
I did.
You don't listen to
about Televangel
in real time. Fuck it up.
That is true. I wanted to hear what I said about Televangel, and so I listened to it when we were talking about that the other day. And then now I want you to send me the link to what he clipped of my.
Yeah. It's on our Twitter feed.
It's not on a Twitter. It's on a Twitter feed. Okay. Definitely don't listen to that.
Fair enough. Okay. Right. Well, let me get into the chat then. This is quite nice that you've come back. There's some great recommendations. Fair play to you, Ray. Completely went off grid, went rogue, went off grid there completely, but fair play to you. Let's go in here. Free Music Empire. Oh, mate, absolutely. This was probably one of my features of the year, which is my favourite feature, maybe Woods on Tabula Rasa on the Earl album. The Earl album came and went. People haven't talked about the Earl album as much, and I really enjoyed it when it first came out. But yeah, we talked in length about that Woods feature. I remember that correctly. We did the Earl review at the beginning of the year, and I really went into word by word. So, Ninja Rose. I had this chat with a fellow hip hop head, Elzai, Sky Zoo, J. Cole, Blue, etc. All a bit Magnolia. Just gonna drop that there. I'm gonna see if anyone's got anything to come back with on that one.
I like all of them, but yeah, they definitely can make music that's a bit Magnolia.
Ninja Roads, Billy may have my favourite verse or one of on a lucid sardonics track. Yeah, great. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that. He starts it off with muff diving, no snorkel, stayed up the yeah, he's broken down the verse. Yeah, it's an incredible verse. Woods doesn't need a lot of space to dominate, says Free Music Empire. I like that. And he's top 5 for Ninja Roads.
Of all time?
Absolute
Of
wizard.
all time?
Yeah.
You mean just now?
Yeah,
all time's ludicrous.
Mate, apparently new Armand Hammer this year. I did not know that. I did not know that. What? Kip Stone on the Deaf Sea and Boathouse album is great. Yes, Free Music, love that too. Oh, yeah, this is great, actually. I should have dug into this earlier. It's much more richness than what we've said. Steve Piper, Roc Marciano's verse on Bronson Zambezi is my verse of the year. That's a great shout. Godzilla album, Kicking Over the Buildings. Yeah, mate, this is, I love all this. And then Chris Morales there. Yo, big up yourself, man. Looking into the contra business that you guys are talking about. And what else we got here? Okay, that was it. Let's get into the next one then.
There's loads you've missed there.
Okay.
I'm just pointing out.
No, it stopped at Chris Morales coming in on mine. But yeah, okay. Well, let's go into the next category. What have we got here? We've done MVP. We've done where it's 90s, the rediscoveries.
Mate, how is... Can I just say, if Billy Woods is in your top 5, if you're one of those people who's like, oh, my top 5 changes all the time, you know, Billy can go in this week and then so on, you're not thinking about it properly.
Yeah.
Top 5 doesn't change like with the wind. You don't just go, oh, Billy Woods is in it now, but he might not be next week. If Billy Woods is in your top 5 next year, okay, I might, but it's still ridiculous. Yeah. You can't be in your top 5 MCs of all time.
My top 5 do change quite a lot.
You're not thought about it enough then.
You're not doing it right.
You can't just say my top 5.
Yeah.
No, you've messed it up. Top 5 is just objectively, you can't just change that all the time. It's just, no. Me and Ray agree on something. Yeah, I'm right.
100%. And top 5 is it's not really a top 5, it's top 3 because everyone should be Rakim and M. And then it's the other 3 that kind of might be a bit changed.
Let's not get into that.
Right, Ray was really trying to pull that string when he don't pull that thread, mate. You ain't going to come with you on that one. But
if it's just, you can't call it your top 5. Just call it, I'm liking these people a lot at the moment, who I'm listening to the most. It's not your top 5 of all time. That's ludicrous to say that. You've annoyed me, whoever said that.
I was really angry about that, hasn't he? But I'm just going to say it like, oh, okay. But okay, right. So we all know this is top 5. How does everyone treat their top 5? With sacred religious zeitgeist, like zeal, like these two?
Yeah,
or just
it needs to be.
Today's 5.
It needs to be like Ross's list that he has of women he's allowed to sleep with. It needs to be laminated.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah,
because you're not going to change that all the time. You need to think think about that. Don't you go, I type it into my phone. No.
And the thing, is why the top 5 is important, because there's no correct one. That's fine. That's, of course there's not. But the point is, like, me saying my top 5 like means something, so that when I say it, you're like, oh, okay, that's who you are. Okay, you know, and vice versa for anyone else. But I suppose at the same time, maybe the same argument for people that are like, oh, my top 5 changed 3 times in the last 10 minutes. It's just like, well, you don't.
Yeah. I listened to a Rap Forever album today, and he's in my top 5 now. He won't be tomorrow, but
if you're knowingly saying he won't be tomorrow, then I think there's a problem there. I'm absolutely with you there.
How often does yours change, Cam?
Treat it with... no, well, it used to, it's usually a yearly thing I found back in the day. But the 3 stayed the 3 back in the day. It was Lupe, Mos, Biggie. Like it was that for a long time.
No, let's not get into it.
This is mixtape. No, the mixtape era. Come on, man. Mixtape era Lupe was like, who may be one of the best rappers of the year. Actually, we talked about MVP, but actual rappers of the year, Lupe's album.
Spoiler alert, he's not. But anyway, yes.
No, but he might be one of them. I could see that argument for being one of the rappers of the year. But what I was going to say was, he was a beast. Like, I'd not heard anything like that. And then for about 3 years, he was about in there. He was in my 3 for 3 years. And then,
changing it within 3 years is still too...
Oh, really? 3 years? Oh, no, that's absolutely fine for me.
That's questionable.
Your taste change. I'm not going to keep listening to, who has been in my top 5, trying to think who I would never put back in there
this week.
Don't have a little think. I'll have a little think who I'd never put back in my top 5. But
Canibus is never going back in mine. He was definitely in mine.
Yeah, Canibus. Canibus is never going back in my 5. There we go. Canibus is that guy.
Who is your 5?
He was resident.
Yeah.
Now,
we can't talk about top
Billy
fives for this
Woods.
long and not actually say it.
No, we can't. We can't do it. We'll be here all night.
Billy
I've got
Woods.
to go soon. We've got to finish that off. Can't do it.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
we'll
have
save
a
that
pod.
for
Actually,
Let's
not
have a
know your
pod.
top five.
We got, yeah.
Rakim and M.
Let's have a pod.
Yeah, top five,
Rakim
but
and
he
M
doesn't wanna get into
should
it.
be your the first two. I've already given them to you. You can have.
Let's all
One
bring our
definitely is. One
laminated
definitely is.
lists in to a pod. We'll all laminate our
James
lists.
James is so upset at what he started here. Well, we're going to quickly rattle these next ones off anyway. There's
Rakim
not
M,
much to go
Crook,
into this,
Meth,
but
Pun.
we're going to
Anyway,
go.
next. Carry on.
Okay, Crook.
Yeah.
Crook's
Crooked
five
Eyes in your
all time.
top
Yeah.
five of all time.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Undone everything he just said. Right, best album. Here we go. Feature of the year. You said
Yes.
Billy Woods.
I've
He
got
is in my
features.
second. Billy Woods' Tabula Rasa is one of mine, but I actually is overtaken by Conway's mom. And she doesn't even say that much, but it's at the ending of the Conway's album.
I thought that was a
that
diss
track.
for a minute.
No, Conway's mum. It's like, oh mate, like you have to take a seat. You have to sit down, mate. She's so emotional. It reminds me a little bit of the Biggie. You know, Biggie's mum used to be on his tracks and stuff, and it felt different when he died. But this is like, oh fuck, like you almost did lose your son. But yeah, so those are my two features of the year. Obviously, next to fucking J. Cole, like we've already talked about, whatever. Yeah, it was great though. It was great. There's a reason for that. So, James, you say you have features. What are they and why?
So, towards the end of pods, I like to sort of re-knit the fabric of me and Ray's friendship, especially. Usually we've had a bit of a fallout during it. Ray bought Logic's album, which has a brilliant Action Bronson feature on it. One where he's not dropping his usual type of like ridiculous punchlines, but his flow over it's awesome. So he's one of them. And then the other one was Crooked Eye on the that one with Paul Wall and Terminology. And it's a funny verse. He talks about his mate being on the street and him trying to help him, and it's quite good. There's a couple of quite good lyrics in it, but then halfway through the verse he's like, yeah, but anyway, let's talk about that, and then let's talk about cars instead, and just switches straight into like it's a totally different subject, which makes me laugh. But it's probably because he's next to Terminology, who's not a very good rapper, and Paul Wall, who's not that good a rapper, full stop, but he just sounds godly next to them. Yeah. Like, more rappers should do that. Just pick people who are useless at rapping and then just come on and just annihilate them on their own track. So yeah, that's why those two are my guest and Roc, obviously, because the Roc Marciano verse is a guest feature as well. It's been a good year for guest features. So
yeah, it has, yeah. Mr. Motherfucking Esquire, we talked about another one. Yeah. It has been dope year for that. Ray, before we go into yours, quick, my chat has caught up here. Chris Morale dropped a really interesting point. If people want to drop this is from left field a little bit, but what are the best second 3 album runs in rap? So not the first 3 albums, the second 3 albums you're dropping. Fucking hell. Right.
This is content for future pods, this is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, absolutely.
In 2040, when you're really running out of things to do pods on.
Jigger, maybe.
Free Music Empire is second 3. That's after Blueprint. So Black Album, Blueprint 2, The Gift and Curse.
That's awful. Come
on, undone straight away. Kingdom Come.
How many albums have Run the Jewels had?
They've had about 5 now.
Oh, because if they release a decent album, the next one, then they're in there because it's always solid.
Roc had? Roc's had 6, I think. I think Roc Marciano may have one. I think. But either way, okay. Again, food for thought. There, that's what we're here for.
West Side's 3 albums, they all drop in December. They'll probably.
yeah, those 3 albums. Yeah, anything by Griselda generally. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think Free Music says I have different criteria for MVP. I'd like to hear those. And Nick Sheffield, loving the Ray-esque rant by James about top 5s. Yeah, it was Ray territory. I enjoyed it. The heat must be making James angry. Says that. And what we got here, Chris Morale. I have to keep my top 5 a secret because people that aren't part of groups, maybe someone known and heard, and maybe folks that people have fallen off. I'm still here to hear it though. Still absolutely here to hear it. Can we put an era of a specific artist? Yeah, this could go over and over and over. That's going to go mental if we really went into this. So what we've got: Free Music, Birdman, Manny Fresh, Pharrell, Flavor Flav, and Crunchy Black are your top 5 rappers.
Worst rappers, that has to be.
That is
Manny Fresh is amazing.
No, Flavor Flav getting in there, amazing. Ninja Rose has got Nas, Car, fucking love you, mate. Ghostface, love you. Biggie, love you. Woods, love you. Yeah, Ninja Rose, okay. Car is in my 5. Yeah, Car is in my 5. There you go. Super, yeah.
Car's in your top 5, Cam?
Yeah, easy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He has been for a while though. There you go. Have a laugh. It's fine. But I'll listen to him more than I listen to
Mate,
rest,
I love Car, but that's ludicrous that he's in your top 5 rappers of all time. He's never been in the pocket on a beat. He's never gone out of his. Okay, well, let's not get into it now.
Not with Car.
He's never experienced happiness. It's just not. No.
He's never done a party. You got to have a party tune in your catalogue.
Which is ironic because that's what Ray's modus operandi is coming into this episode every time he comes in.
Are different.
That's essentially what your whole ethos is. Right. Steve Piper, Doom, obviously he's in the 5. Yep. Ghostface. Yeah, I've really got to go so recently. Nas again, another shout for Nas. Sean Price and Roc Marciano. Love those, absolutely. Doom, definite resident of top 5. Top 3, easy. Top 1 maybe, to be fair. Yeah, probably
top 1.
He is though, isn't he? Doom, let's be honest.
Yeah, Doom. I'll allow Doom being in people's top 5.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, James. You'll allow Doom.
Yeah, I'll let that.
Go get your vegan Kiev, you prick. I'm only joking. No, but this is again top. I like the idea of what top 5s are to people. Obviously, very different for us. Let's see what
some people get it wrong. Some people get it wrong. It's okay.
Look, Nick Sheffield's got one right here for Ray. This is more Ray. Pun, Biggie, Nas, M, and one more, probably Canibus. Jizza is in mine, says Chris Morale. Wow. Okay. Again, break down the thinking behind some of these.
Mate, how can Canibus be in anyone's?
But how is Canibus? How is Jinners? This is the beauty of it. So okay, what we're going into next? Let's have a look. We have done features. Let's do artwork.
We haven't done features at all. We just went off on a tangent.
Oh, we didn't do yours, Ray.
You didn't even do yours. You didn't even do yours. What were they?
Don't make him do
Billy
them again.
Woods, Conway's mum.
Yeah.
You'll go. No, and Mr. Motherfucking Esquire as well. But yeah, go on, Ray. What's yours?
Like my verses of the year were also features as well. They're all fucking crossing over. But what deserves a fucking mention is Ransom on MASH 22. He's got one line on this tune. I shouldn't be laughing about it. Cam's probably going to cut it out. Oh, it's live. Oh, anyway, fuck it.
It is live. Yeah.
He's basically it's MASH 22 is Ransom doing a different flow to what he usually does slightly, and he's got this one line that is that's fuck you ends in broad day because you're all gay. It's all gay in the sense that when you're 5 years old saying you're gay, it didn't mean anything about anything else. He just uses it completely in that context because it's such a gag. The whole thing is so a lot of just kind of aggressive, really reliably rhyming, reliable stuff that Ransom does. And then it's just, fuck you ends in broad day because you're all gay. It's so fucking...
It's like he always he run out of runway. He's run out of runway and he went straight to that. You're like, oh, what do I do now?
Hilarious. Okay. Anyway, that's my feature of the year.
Yeah, edit that out.
Welcome back to 2003, everyone.
We've done James's features. Any other features you got there, Ray? Any others? I'm glad that you got Ransom in there, though. And you said he rhymed different, which I know has piqued James's interest, because if Ransom's rhyming different...
Actually,
really?
So Ransom on Deja Mort as well. There's another Ransom verse where he's...
Did he do it in triplets?
Solid.
That's slightly different from his metronomic.
No, I told you I don't listen to Kendrick stuff. So that's that.
Oh,
that's all he does. Fuck off.
Fucking love that. Keep going. Love the sound of that. That flow's amazing.
Put a beat. Someone put a beat under that.
Put a donk on that. Put a donk on that, and I'll be getting that on TikTok. Tell you who'll be sharing that. Louis Theroux.
You didn't answer my question online. Why do you love Eminem and he loves Kendrick, and yet you won't give Kendrick the time of day? You're a rap god.
I don't agree with what Eminem says.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Eminem never says anything controversial. He says loads of controversial shit about those people. But
hold on. Are you calling one of the most controversial pop artists of all time?
Middle of the road Eminem.
Not controversial.
Middle of the road Eminem.
The point is, the people that Eminem openly goes for, he's fucking so many, levels above. And like, why would he go for Kendrick? Because Kendrick's too big of.
What do you mean go for him? He just said it's really good. He just said the album's amazing and Kendrick's brilliant, and that's it.
Yeah, but
what's wrong with that?
Because Eminem controls his with the stuff that he says as well, doesn't he? He can't openly say. I'm not saying he secretly hates Kendrick, but I think you are. I don't give a fuck what Eminem's opinion on anything is. I'm just saying I give a fuck what my opinion on him is. That's all that matters.
You're insinuating that the biggest rap rebel of all time is told to say and feels like he has to say that Kendrick's good.
Hey, maybe that's the corporatization of hip hop, mate. Even the wildest voice we ever had is just sanitized, commercialized bullshit now.
I don't like Artie's Diaries. You've got to say you like it, mate. Oh, okay, I like it.
It does feel like an artist who wouldn't do that, but maybe there you go. But you know what? We're talking about Eminem, and he had a little bit of beef with Snoop, didn't he, at some point recently? And collabs in 2022, I Need, another category we've got coming up. Yeah, it's the longest episode ever. Is Eminem and Snoop. I would love to have an Eminem and Snoop collab. I really would. I know
they did one. They did one this year.
Yeah. But I'm talking like an actual extended.
I think
just an EP.
Snoop.
Don't you know? I'm just an EP.
I've worked out that Snoop's a fucking knob, isn't he? Like he's a bit of a twat from what I've seen.
Is he?
Yeah.
What? Please explain that.
I've just seen stuff like he does the. He used to do the. I've just seen. I can't remember. Can't bring off the top of my head what he's done this year that's annoyed me. There was something, but what brought me onto it was he did the commentary for.
I love that.
Dana White's fights. It's like a sort of UFC subsidiary series of fights they do, and he was just really disrespectful and a knob and not funny. Oh yeah, he did the fucking Jake Paul fight and the Tyson Holyfield. I hate him on commentary. He's a knob. If you follow the sport, imagine him come and do Premier League commentary, Cam, you'd be furious. No, you wouldn't.
I'll pay extra.
Yeah. He's awful, and he does.
That's
what annoys me. He does insurance ads and shit like that. Now, fuck Snoop.
Yeah, so does Iggy Pop though. Like
fuck him too.
I hate Iggy Pop.
Yeah, fuck him too.
Can't fuck. He's on the song with the best intro of all time. How can you fuck Iggy Pop?
Yeah, I like his music, but he's a dick. It's like Canibus.
It's
like Canibus. He's just ruined his legacy.
To be fair, I was more like that, but I really was into Bill Hicks then as well, like advertising, go kill yourself. But then I realised, I want it to be that. But then I got into Adam Sandler territory and Funny People, where he's like, at 20 you do that, at 30 you hate the president, at 40 you go, I want a sandwich. And that's a kind of what I've got to.
At 40 you start a podcast which needs advertising dollars. So
then you think, come on board, anyone. Let's suck
you
some
go for it, Snoop.
Together.
Get your money.
Get your money, man. Let's suck some.
No, Snoop said something that was really offensive recently, and fuck him.
Did he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a twat.
Right. I didn't know this. Okay, I didn't know. Still would like that collab though. But okay, so what have we got there? Where even are we anymore? Right. So we've done features.
We are 10 minutes off of me leaving. That's where we're at. I've got 10 minutes and then I'm off to bed.
Okay. Best album artwork. Here we go. I think it's a very easy one for me to pick because I've just adored the album anyway, but we have talked about Metatron's Cube. I do think I haven't seen much bad artwork, so people do chuck me bad 2022 artwork if you have it, but there's two images that have kind of struck me more than most. One was the Metatron's Cube one, which I love. I just love that artwork. And for some reason, Lucid's Polaroid photo on I Told Bessie with the idea of what the album is like. I feel there's a link there, but I don't know what the link is yet, but I just love that photo. I just love it. I think it's a lovely way to introduce the album. But yeah, there we go. Any others from you guys? What have we got? Ray, best album
artwork. I did already.
What have you got, mate?
Breaking Atoms.
Oh yeah, look at you. You're on it. You're efficient. I like this. James, best album artwork. What have you got?
Ramona Park Broke My Heart, the slightly haunting childhood picture like cut. It's kind of weird. Yeah, just quite like that. I don't know what it means, but yeah. West Side Gun's latest one is it's a little bit Basquiat kind of. It's a bit shit actually. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure whether I like it or it's shit. It's one or the other. It's weird that it's Peace. Okay. The album's called Peace Fly God. Like he might not be fly. It's in quotations. Peace Fly God. What's that about?
Maybe, yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe it's his nickname though, isn't it? Like it's a nickname, like Fly.
Peace
you know like,
Fly exactly. God.
Yeah, like Dr. J. Dr. J's in the doctor. He's not like he's not but is he? No, he's not a doctor. As you thinking, is Dr. J a doctor?
That's the skit from Danger Doom, isn't it? Where he's like,
oh yeah,
like Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Fuck, good shout. Here we go. Oh, shout out to Ray for the disdain of Kendrick, says Chris Morale. There you go. You got your new mate there as well. Just say Woods is the only new addition to our top 5. Nas, okay, so Ninja Roy's clearing it up. Woods is the only new addition. Nas has been in there. Car number 2 for 6 years, and top 5 for 8 years. Ghostface top 5 for 10 years. Biggie the same. Yeah,
I'm gonna need evidence of that. I'm afraid, mate. I'm gonna need hard evidence that those 6 and 10 years.
It needs the laminations. It needs all that shit. It needs the.
I'm gonna need your receipts from Call Quick or wherever you get your lamination done.
Chris Morale, I think he knows he is crazy and won't stop. This is why we have more beef. We don't have more beef tracks. Is that about Eminem or Snoop? Snoop wouldn't even look at the camera when he came out. It's true. He's come a long way. Wouldn't even look at the fucking camera. So shy. Snoop would be better than Martin Keown and Danny Murphy, says Osman Iqbal. Love the football reference. There we go. Okay. Oh, here we go. Best album covers. Jack Patullo, Canis Cascus, and Sidale Threat are both great covers. I'm going to look at them right now. Sorry, mate, but I am going to have to do this because Canis...
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that. Let's have a look. Let's all have a look.
Yeah,
let's judge.
Have a quick look.
Canis Cascus. Never heard of this.
Yeah, but it's again intriguing me. I do enjoy the...
I've just seen one. It's awful. It's a dog. And then...
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, that's that typography is awful, mate. That is awful.
Right, okay. We'll have a look at these in a bit. And, Jack Patullo, I think Elucid said to Dad, but I told Bessie cover is a picture of his granddad. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's interesting. Zarmageddon has a good cover. You're right. They know what they're doing and they do it well.
Zarmageddon's a good shout.
Steve Piper. Love that. Yeah, love that. Okay, let's get into what we've got. Best hip hop moments of the year. We talked about this throughout the year, I feel. Super Bowl, I think we can't forget how big that was at that point. We did do a review of it at the time. I think Super Bowl's up there for me. One of the worst moments was the Rolling Stones hip hop list. And that went viral and everyone's talking about it now, which is fine.
Why would you give a shit about what the Rolling Stones...
Exactly, Ray. This is where I was going to go. It was the worst moment because you realise how easy it is to rile people who shouldn't need to be riled by Rolling Stone. Like, it's different if it's, I don't know, who's the guy again who drops his favourite rappers of the year, mid-year? What the fuck is his name? Rap Radar. What the fuck? How have I forgot his name? He drops his like best rappers, doesn't he? And everyone's like, oh yeah, you haven't put him in or whatever. Even I do.
But it's like, it'll drive engagement, Because
exactly. So that's
if you put something out that you'd never have it that everyone agrees with, but that it had one out that everyone agreed with, they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, and no, not really engage with it because no one really cares about it. Do they? So
this is what I mean about the Rolling Stone thing. It just felt very like you're putting Cardi B at 16, best hip hop albums of all time. She's at 16. I don't really have time for Cardi B anyway because I just don't get it. I just do, but that's fine. That's fine. We've got
Hen Nights need rap music too, mate. So.
Okay, well there you go. Listen to Nicki Minaj. Some Nicki Minaj, I suppose, but no. Listen to Meg, mate. Megan Thee Stallion. Amazing.
Women on this podcast.
No. Hey, there's been some good shit. More Mothers. That might be best album I'll never listen to again. Is the new More Mother. That might be well.
Even when you're bigging it up, even when you're big enough for female rap, you're like never going to listen to it again.
Oh yeah, shit, I didn't think about that. Yeah, but no, just true. It just fit into that category. But yeah, fair play, doing what you're doing, mate. But it's not not in there. But right, so what have we got next? So okay, best hip hop moments. Anyone else got any others for the year that you've really enjoyed about hip hop this year?
Ever since what's it called? Everyday Struggle ended. I've just not followed hip hop in that type of what's it doing in the news way. I just listen to the music now.
Yeah.
Everyday Struggle was great for that.
to-
It was entertaining for that kind of thing.
Okay.
And I was really into, and they talked about artists I didn't care about, but there was always something interesting. Not anymore. I need some show like that to keep me up to date with it. I'm just talking now, talking.
Listen to this show, mate. So, listen to the one you're on.
You don't
Ray,
do hip hop gossip though. You don't do like a hip hop gossip. If you did,
No,
fucking the numbers on that hip hop gossip show.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. 10 things you didn't know about Pusha T's laundry. Go on. Ray, what have you got?
Wait, what's the question?
B dot. Thank you, Osman. B dot. That's the fucking guy. B dot's the guy that's
covered in coke stains.
And Steve, you're right. The list got people talking about Rolling Stone again. So mission accomplished. Exactly that. Even us, look, even we're doing it on this thing. Ray, best moments in hip hop this year for you, mate. What have they been? Or most memorable moments?
It's so ridiculous. Like every category is basically this can have the same answer. Because the greatest moments of hip hop have been the greatest verses in hip hop, have been the greatest features in hip hop, and they're also been on the greatest albums of the year.
No, but like when 8 Mile came out, it weren't like 8 Mile's like the best moment in hip hop. It could easily have been that year.
But for Ray that year, it probably was, right?
It was like 8 Mile. For
me it is. To be honest, there's not been
moment.
anything that's been, I don't know, overly.
Well, the Super Bowl.
It probably was the Super Bowl thing. It's just, that feels like a lifetime ago now. I don't know. Doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Yeah, it does. We've had a reappraisal of Kanye. That was interesting for a minute. Then it went back.
Yeah, the Kanye doc was dope. Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So there was a bit of that as well. And obviously Glastonbury again. Like, I know it's Glastonbury. It's not really in our remit, but it is always fucking great to see hip hop on there, I feel now. Like, it's like, yeah, that is the fucking move with it. And you have Paul McCartney on one end, and then you have Kendrick on the other. It is fucking great. I love that. Hip hop's winning, mate. And don't we want that? That's what I think. Anyway, so there you go. Best least hip hop album. This is I really want to get to this. Like, so I've got some here for you. I've talked about it all year, so I'm just going to say it one more time for anyone who didn't hear in the back. For those in the back, somebody said Del Toro and you can you hear me in the back. Yeah, that's Usual Suspects. That was Usual Suspects. If anyone got that, there we go. Burial, Anti-Dawn's EP. Anti-Dawn EP is fucking incredible. I've just loved it all year. That's just amazing. Bonobo Fragments might be album artwork of the year as well, but that's not hip hop. So, but yeah, Bonobo Fragments, the album artwork, you kind of want to just put it up on the wall. It's fucking beautiful. And Ray and me are going to Ibiza next month, so Bonobo will be on, mate.
Next month,
Bonobo for you,
Jesus.
Then, I know.
You going to Ibiza, are you? You're going to go clubbing?
Yeah, big
in
time.
Ibiza?
Big time. Me and Ray, super clubbing, super clubbers
Nice.
on Love Island. We're going to be all over it, mate. And Gary Lineker's Brothers Bar. Never. We're not going there. No way fucking getting there. But another one I've got here for you. Black Country New Road. I think this would be something you'd like, James. You probably already heard it, to be fair. But that was great.
I don't think I have.
Black Country New Road. Very, very, very good. And Kurt Vale's out. The Weeknd brought a brilliant pop album. Love that album. Big Thief. Yeah, Fontaine's DC. Oh, loads of shit, man. Porridge Radio. It's been a good year. What have you got, Ray? Best least hip hop album.
I don't understand the question. Why would I?
Why would I not
be listening to hip hop? Why would I not be listening to Is this on? Why would I not be listening to hip hop?
I would love.
Idiots.
I'd love to sit there with you, right, and play you someone like Arca, who's nothing. Oh like
no, mate! It's fucking
like,
no, right. Can never get into Arca.
Kick 3 is good. You know what? Kick 3 is good. His early stuff's really good, or their early stuff's really good. I don't know what their pronouns are now, but I was going to say that Kick 3, he's got some beautiful shit on there, but some really wild and out shit as well. I just really would love to sit with Ray and go, Ray, listen to this. And we'll wonder how long
how to really switch someone off in 2 minutes is make them listen to Arca. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this guy.
I just never got into it. I know it's people love Arca. I just can never get into it. It's just,
not even the first few albums. Really, they're the best ones. Ray, what about The Weeknd? That seems like such a Ray album.
The Weeknd, as in The Weeknd, as in The Weeknd, the guy, the singer, the
R&B
superstar. R&B
the guy's a fucking dickhead. The guy's a fucking dickhead. Once you know when you're exposed to someone being a fucking dickhead in their politics and in their life, and you're like, I can't listen to anything you ever do. Thing is, you accidentally listen to The
Do you wanna break
Weeknd
that down?
because he's just fucking everywhere, isn't he?
Go on, break that down. Why is he a dickhead? Like, what's his politics?
Break it down for us.
No, there was a thing. I think there was something in the past about him.
Because he's not hip hop, mate. That's why.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
But he is a little bit. He's
That's
R&B.
all it is.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
knew that was it.
He hates it.
No, there was a thing in the. I can't remember if it was a Swedish company. You know the phrase "cheeky little monkey." Oh, you cheeky little monkey. Right. So someone had that on a T-shirt. And just, all right, let's just have, there's all these children models. Okay, let's photograph all these. And basically, like a Swedish company had, hopefully I'm summarizing this correctly, otherwise I'm getting angry for no reason. But basically.
I remember this.
Get the facts right, though. Get the facts right.
Basically, I think there was one of his sponsors. Basically, it was a reason for him to be angry about it. Basically, he was there and like, oh, this Swedish company is taking a picture of a black child in a T-shirt that said "cheeky little monkey," and he basically blew up, being like, I never want to associate myself with him again. You can't call black children monkeys. Obviously, that's not at all what the fucking company was doing at all. But he just fucking made it a big issue. And, they had to issue this all apology because, like, what? He's wearing a cheeky little monkey T-shirt. It's not...
Something lost in translation there. Absolutely. I think on both sides, though. That what you should be a bit more aware of what you're doing as a fashion brand.
Aware that dickheads might overreact to something because the thing with it is that we were so far past all of this racism stuff. So far past it for ages, and then the woke politics kind of brought, oh, this is racist, that's racist, this racist, that's racist, and everything's fucking racist again, and people are getting cancelled for nothing. So basically, he was participating in the fucking cancellation of some shit that was just completely unnecessary. And
the actual story of that is there were a load of different designs. I remember this happening. They did seem quite racist.
What seemed?
Is this the thing that Atlanta ripped on?
I just remember. I remember seeing several T-shirts that were like, "Yeah, this is fucked up." Some of the stuff that they had on them, they was just not.
This is what the Atlanta ripped off, isn't it? Atlanta went into that and riffed off it.
Yeah.
But okay, well there we go. That's The Weeknd for you. Didn't know any of this. But
I bet you're glad you asked him now, aren't you?
Yeah, but, you know what?
The Weeknd.
It's a little insight to what happens out there. There we go.
What's the least hip hop album that you've enjoyed this year?
He hasn't got one.
10-minute monologue on why The Weeknd's a knob. Why woke culture should go get fucked.
Yeah, fuck The Weeknd.
Okay,
fuck woke
right.
culture.
As usual, to be fair, isn't it? That's what usually happens. That's two we've got here then.
To quote
three.
Didn't do mine.
It feels like a perfect time.
Oh, didn't you do yours?
Hang on,
sorry,
it just feels like the perfect moment for me to quote Ransom again. Fuck all you ends in broad day because you all gay. That's actually me laughing at that.
It's going to keep this up right. Okay.
This is what's going to get you cancelled in 2 years. That
I
is.
know. He's already been
the pod blows up, but Ray's got to leave.
Yeah. It's just blurred up, just beeped all of my speech.
Mate, I've enjoyed High's new album. It's not amazing, but there's some really good tracks on it. I quite like a kind of full on production. The Smile was quite good this year. Quite enjoyed that. It's just Radiohead pretty much. Radiohead with different drums.
Radiohead.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's kind of good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that as well. What's it called again? The Light for Attracting Attention.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah. Remember that? Yeah, I enjoyed that album as well. And it is Radiohead, to be fair, yeah. But okay, here we go. What project made you change your mind about an artist or surprised you? I think the Paul Wall terminology for me, because I just didn't get, I was like, what is this about? And now I have a completely different idea about what Paul Wall
is exactly. He left me with the exact idea I had about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mine was, do you know what? I've got to say, I've got to be honest. I'm always honest. I banged the Logic album quite a few times at the gym in the last couple of weeks. It's not. I always knew Logic was good, a bit annoying, but I was like, this isn't that. And then I've just, I wasn't that hot on it, but it's really.
It has got some.
Grown on
it's
me.
got some beats on it as well. Yeah.
The beats are great. The beats are great. So yeah, that was okay. It hasn't changed my mind about him as an artist particularly, but I do like him more because of it.
Okay. All right. I like that. Ray, album that's changed your mind or surprised you about an artist?
Nothing's going to change his mind. He's never changed his mind in fucking 42 years, mate.
It would imply that I was wrong about something. So I just not.
No, it's not going to happen, is it? Yeah. Hey, what about the bar from Earl I brought this year? That changed your mind about Earl. It was one bar, but for that second, it changed your mind. And we did a few ghosts, and you did say on the ghost episodes that you were like, yeah, maybe there has been something about ghosts.
Yeah, so we've been doing ghost, obviously working through Ghostface Killer's albums, and there's more to be appreciated within Ghostface Killer. Once you accept that he's like, just say some fly shit over hot beats kind of thing. But yeah, he does actually say some
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. It's the best. It's the best. Fly shit.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But that's what Ray's saying. He's come
when
to
it's
that.
done right. But you got to listen through. You got to sift through fucking album after album after album to find the nuggets.
Okay.
And maybe there is some.
So last one to get James to bed before we wrap this up. We'll mold these two together. I had, if one 90s rapper drops in 2022, who would you want it to be? And the other one we'll put on the same time is the collabs you need in 2022. I'm going to kick these off quickly because we know Nas is supposed to be coming again with King's Disease 3 at some point. So Nas and Hit Boy again after Magic. I'm fully more hyped. I'm more hyped than I was with King's Disease 1 and King's Disease 2 because Magic is really good. So, yeah, Nas is there for me, kind of puts both. Black Thought is supposed to be coming with Danger Mouse. Even though I'm not a massive Danger Mouse fan nowadays, I am interested to see what that says because I do like Black Thought's like one producer only albums that he's done before with the, what was his name? Guy did Amy Winehouse. I can't remember his name now. But yeah, I'm awful with names, aren't I? But not Mark Ronson, the other guy. Salate Remy. Salam Remy. There we go. Yeah. Salam Remy. So he did stuff with him, does stuff. There we go. That's it, yeah.
I got it.
He's in there.
It's a time delay.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. You could use that one. Nas and Primo. I saw Primo dropping some shit. He's got a new project coming out, and he has got new Nas, apparently.
It's only going to be one track, though, isn't it? It's not just do an album with him, mate. Just fucking do it for everyone.
This is prime time because Primo isn't exactly like dropping rubbish. He's dropping like dope shit. So you think Nas is dropping dope shit? This is a perfect time. Do it now.
Primo track is ridiculous.
Yeah, you said
it's too logical for Nas to put out what we want. He's good. I'll just do another album with fucking Hit Boy again. I know, no one wants that.
Do you know what, actually? The logical step, though, isn't maybe always the right one because we talked about Black Star this year on the pod and we were saying, Yazim Bey, Talib Kweli and Madlib, oh my God, this is going to be incredible. And it had a bit of a watered down thing to it when it came out. And it's like, oh yeah, this isn't as incredible as I thought it was going to be. So maybe
Madlib's falling off a little bit, isn't he? Because the West Side Gun album is not that great.
But they're all old tracks that they've picked. It's what Yazin and Talib. Either way, go to that review. We've talked about it before. It is on the feed. And I was going to say, you know what? If we had it, because Roc and Alchemist is coming, and that's going to be amazing, I'm sure. And I can't wait for Roc and Alchemist. But I actually am ready for another Stone Gold Rock. I am now. It's been 2 years since Reasonable Drought, I think. Or was it last year? No, it was last 2 years, yeah. So yeah, I'm ready now. I'm ready for another one. And Reasonable Drought was amazing. So they are my shouts for those. What have you two got?
I want an album. I got really excited, not last year, but the year before. Q-Tip producing for Danny Brown. I want a Q-Tip album or just a Q-Tip and Danny Brown album again. That's what I want. That's it. That's what I want because it was fucking great. And Q-Tip's great. So yeah.
Love it. Love that. Raymond?
It's the same every year. Rakim and M over Primo. That's what I need.
He just needs that.
Eminem over Primo. He's done some stuff for Primo, and it's not been.
I want more.
Been all right. It's not. It's not really his type of beat, though, is it? Primo isn't an M type beat.
Yeah, I know, but it's.
But you know what? Actually, saying
Eminem,
that.
So what you can? Is there a beat that he's not going to kill it over? What are you talking about?
But you know what? I'm just going to say
he's not going to be doing the whole like
the mugs.
Like people we hate so much.
Oh, go on, keep going. I love that. Go on.
Fuck
I love
off.
that.
Such a dick.
Hopefully it'll stop you doing it. Fuck me. Right. So another one. I'm here for Mug Slick Rick. Mug Slick Rick. If you did what you did on that last track, I'm here for that.
Slick Rick.
Absolutely.
It's a good shout.
The next pod should be a top 5 talk. Fuck me. Imagine that. Oh God.
Yes. Can we do that? Let's do that.
Well, at some point. That Yay doc is sad, says Chris.
You know why it would be good? Because a top 5, because every one of these categories, Cam's like, oh, I've got 75 tracks to list, but top 5 can only be top 5, can only be top 5.
It wouldn't be. Well, it'd be like number 2. I was thinking about this guy, but then I thought about that guy.
I'll give you a sneak peek. What's happening? These are patrons on now anyway, so you're all going to get this anyway. A sneak peek into what's happening next. We have done our alien rap list. We have cultivated it. We haven't even published that last one that we did, Ray. That will get published at some point for the people on the main feed. But we are going to do something, maybe not top 5, but we are going to have to all come together, sit down and argue our one favourite Biggie song, our one favourite Pac song, our one favourite Eminem song. That is going to be hopefully something we're going to grow, because these are the one songs that are going to get represented on the Alien playlist. So we're all going to have to bring one. And you're right, it's going to be one song. Why you got that argument? Bang. So yeah, that'll be on the way. So top 5, we'll get to it. But
spoiler alert,
we've got all the other shit.
It's not juicy.
But I think people who listen will know this, right? You've banged this drum since the debate, I think, which is like 2 years
I wouldn't
ago.
pick juicy either, I don't think.
I think it has to be shouted, though. It's not my favourite, but it has to be shouted. Osman Iqbal, Clubbing Ibiza, Damn, we are back in 2003. You're right, we are. That's actually the last time we did go to a holiday, actually, wasn't it, Ray? I think.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Malia. That was 2003, I think. Yeah, there we go. What else we got here? Let's have a look through. Wow, sorry, guys, I've been ignoring you. Shit. Ray hates everything, lol, Chris. Ray doesn't even listen to R&B in those times. Yeah, he's right. He just hates it all. He hates it.
He means when he's having sex.
James, he throws on some Cannibal Ox when he's getting down. Don't we all, James, says Osmond. That's great. That's really good. I enjoyed that. Demigods, yeah, another reference. Same. Love that. Death Fame actually changed my mind on Quelle Chris. Yeah, that's the verse of the year. Yeah, one of them as well. Definitely top 5 next week, though. Anyone? No, not going to get tricky. Anyone? No. Okay. And then what's Osmond got? The Elzai and Georgia Ann project made me realize I don't like Elzai that much. Oof, that's no. Okay, fair enough.
I've triggered Elzai hate.
And Manny Fresh album. That's what? Most Def and Manny Fresh album? That's supposed to be a thing? I didn't know that, Chris. That's amazing.
I don't think that. I think he's made that up. There's no way. It would.
But it would be fantastic if he didn't though. But yeah, okay. This is all kicking off a little bit. But for the listeners out there, I think we're going to wrap this up now. This has been another bit of a marathon, but I'm glad that people out there enjoyed this. Thank you, everyone who got involved in the chat, and Kian out there who dropped us, and Jack as well. I know you dropped some stuff for us as well. And yeah, man, this has just been great. So what a year. We're going to do this all again in 6 months.
They might not have enjoyed it. Yeah. They might not have enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
They might have tolerated it. We should do at the end a marks out of 10. Everyone has to put their marks out of 10 for this week's episode.
For us.
Imagine how brutal it would be. 6, 4. Osman said it was a 2.
I don't know. I don't know. If Osman ever gave us a 2, I think we'd have to wrap up, mate. I think I'd be done. But yeah, no, I don't think we need any more of that in our lives, do we? Negative reinforcement on stuff. But there we go. Hip Hop 2022. What a fucking year it's been. What a great year. Everyone's been catered for. So yes, people, last great thing you heard, could be old, could be new. Ray, what have you got? Last great piece of music you heard. What was
Down from the Back of the House, Hemlock Ernst.
Hemlock Ernst. Yeah,
okay. What's the track called? Down. Yeah, Down. Oh, Down from the album's called Back at the House. Yeah, it's fucking quality.
I love it.
Quality.
Okay. James, what you got, mate?
Chaos Energy by Daniel Avery, Kelly Lee Owens, and High. That was really good. Yes. Enjoyed that.
Love that. I love that. Yeah. Kelly Lee Owens and Daniel Avery. It's a collab that I never knew I wanted. But there we go. Do
you know, he actually, her first album, he helped learn how to do production, I think I read somewhere. So,
oh, really?
That's why her first album sounds quite like a Daniel Avery
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I do love Kelly Lee Owens. She's great.
Yeah.
Wicked. Love that. So, okay. My last one, it's a very easy one, but it is literally what I heard before I came on. No Easy Way Out. Robert Tepper. No Easy Way Out. Probably, I would say, the best song ever used in a sports film. It's just amazing. The way it's used as well. But no, I just heard it again.
Rocky 4, right? Isn't that when he's running up?
Rocky 4. Rocky 4. That's when
he's...
Adrian doesn't become... Adrian's been so good, and that's the moment where she becomes...
Is this the one where he gets in his sports car at the start of it?
Yeah, big time. It's the montage.
I'll just put it on,
And it starts with the handle.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
or is
absolutely. You've seen him, see how strong he is? You can't win! Oh, cheers, Adrian. Fuck me, man. Jeez, I'm trying, man. Trying.
Yeah, but she comes around, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, but she should never have fucking said that. Top of the stairs.
Yeah, but then maybe he wouldn't have gone through that. I mean,
Cam doesn't want reasonable criticism. He wants sycophants. That's what he wants. Yes, Cam, you can do it. That's what he wants.
Yeah, that's what I need. I don't need... You seen your numbers, Cam, on the podcast? You seen how weak they are? You can't win. Oh, cheers, Artie. Fucking hell. Plays No Easy Way Out again. Goes outside, plays No Easy Way Out again. Well, there we go. That's a little insight into my hell. And hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the rest of the day. Big up, everyone. Oh, we have got one rating in straight away. Ninja Roots, what we go? 9 out of 10. Would have been 10, but James ruined it with his Billy Woods hatred. I don't think it was Billy Woods hatred. I think it was hatred for you putting him in your 5. I think that was the hatred.
I don't agree. Yeah, goodbye.
Okay. I'm giving you guys 22 twos, says Osman. I fucking love you. Any little thing like that, I'll twist it and make it into a... Love that. Yeah, there you go. You seen him. You see how strong he is, Chris. Exactly. Big up. Boom. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you soon.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.